I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah!
Oh my god, he's just so excited.
He's so excited to have us here.
Kai's finally back after months.
Snack that smiles back. Goldfish.
I'm going to kill Kairos live on the podcast.
Oh, I didn't realize you were starting. Fuck.
Let's start again. Welcome, everybody, back to Idiots on the Mic. I'm hitting my laptop and shaking the camera. We're finally back after many moons, many months. Kairos is back. He's not actually dead. Little known fact. But we're back. We've made it once again into the double digits. This is episode 11. We're still going, believe it or not. Everyone clap for Kairos. He's here. He's with us. He is.
That's my god. That's my god.
The Ford F-150 did not, in fact, take him out. And
Okay, well, no. I did, but I survived. Because I know how to survive things, you know? I survived the great war of the ocean.
Call him
How would I not
Lucy
survive?
Co.
How many cars he's dodging? Damn.
Fuck, dude.
All right. Anyway, today we're joined by 3 guests. That's right. We've bumped it up from that episode we did 2. We're up to 3. Please don't make me do more. So let's introduce our guests one by one. First up, we got the Lemon Cardboard. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lemon Cardboard. I'm a DID streamer, and I'm God's horniest dog.
Yeah,
we're off to
great
a
introduction.
really good start here. Let's move on to the next person. Kaz, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kaz Corey Cosmic. I like Minecraft, I like writing, I like rules, and I like streaming.
Let's go. All right, let's move on to our
Great to
last
have
guest here.
Hello. Hold on. Sorry, I thought you were gonna say my name first.
You set the bar, Bush, you set the bar.
No, I thought you were gonna say my name first. Okay, yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm supposed to be Bush, or you, as most people refer to me as Bush. I am a content creator. I am a manager for YouTube channels, and I am the co-owner of Willow Media. And I've been unfortunately stuck in Minecraft hellhole for like 10 years now.
Okay, I'll admit that was kind of my fault that I kind of set you up for that.
Yeah, you kind of set him up for failure, bro. Like, come
It
on,
is
man.
the funniest failure.
What a great start.
We're off to a really
Wow.
good start here. I'm so glad to have these 3 awesome people on the podcast and Kairos.
What could possibly go
We're
wrong?
we're gonna have some fun today. I know these people have so much to talk about with us, and yeah, glad to
And
have
of
you
course,
guys on the
I would like
podcast.
to say as well, it's been a while since we've been back, like MC said, but we're back, and hopefully we have a pretty good summer. This is the first episode of the summer, right, for us? Is that correct?
Well, it's not gonna technically be the summer yet.
Well, it's okay, motherfucker.
It's June,
It
but
is.
it's not the summer. Okay.
What do you count summer then? Oh, never mind. Anyway,
You hear
we got a
of-
lot of guests.
You hear
We
of the
got a lot of
summer
topics.
solstice?
We got a lot of topics. to go over,
Groundbreaking idea,
you know.
I know. Anyway,
I'm gonna kill this man. Right.
Not if
Anyways,
I kill
moving
you
on.
first.
Man. Oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about today on the podcast? I think I should go ahead and kind of get started with what do you guys do for content mainly? You know, I know we kind of said in the introductions, but what really do you guys like really bank on when it comes to content? I guess I'll start with Lemon, and we can go down the list.
I do literally everything. I have no game that I have not played at this point.
You have any like game series that specifically is like hit you the hardest?
Yeah, one that you forgot and then got art of you being crucified for. I love Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it is a very, very good game series. How
shout
many
out
Fire
previous
Emblems are there
podcast
now?
episode.
Too many.
Yeah. Moving on to Kaz. What type of content do you create? Well, I think a lot of our listeners may or may not already know, but yeah.
Hello, I'm a failed variety turned Minecraft streamer who's now writing lore from SMP to SMP, making fun little characters come to life. Sometimes wholesome, sometimes tragic, sometimes a little bit of both.
I don't know. Sometimes you might have your head smashed in. Who knows? Yeah.
Who
Sometimes you
knows?
might go
Who
insane.
knows?
Who
Totally
knows?
not a reference.
I would not know about that.
Yeah.
Did you hear something?
Is there a no? And then of course Bush. What type of content do you create?
Hello. For me, I do a lot of. Oh God, I do a lot too much Minecraft content for my own good. On occasion, I do work on Sonic content, but that's once in a blue moon. But I primarily focus on Minecraft stuff, making the next project, and just getting people together just to play my projects. That's kind of it. I have an idea, and I just drag people to do them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just
And
drag
speaking
people.
of Minecraft projects, I mean, all of us here on the podcast today have met on one specific project. I mean, everybody here specifically. Other people might have met on previous projects, but me and MC specifically, we've met everybody here during Betacraft. And some of you, from the listeners, may know what Betacraft was, aka the amount of fucking hours I spent streaming that shit. Good
Yeah.
lord.
While I was
I don't think I've
sleeping.
ever. This guy was sleeping. I was grinding.
I actually had to get up early.
Oh, you think I did it, bro? You think I did it?
Oh, I
did.
know. You didn't get any sleep.
Well, we all met on
9 to
Betacraft.
5 lore SMP.
Oh, lord. And look, hey, he's out of college now. Next project, we'll see.
Next week. Next week, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Please
Damn
send
right.
me job applications.
But Betacraft, of course, was created by our and Bush is going to take a second. I can go ahead and get into this real quick before we take a pause. Willow Media, of course, is the creation of Betacraft, and some of us here have a little bit more of a opinion on Betacraft than others. But overall, Willow Media, of course, when Bush comes back, great, I guess organization you'd call it. Brand. I don't know exactly what you would call it necessarily, but it's made a lot of different projects that we'll be talking about during the podcast. And I want to direct this a little bit to.
I kind of want to chime in on that.
Oh yeah,
actually,
go for it.
but
Go for it.
I kind of want to move away from Willow Media from being like I don't want to call it a brand because it then becomes too corporate in my eyes.
Right.
If I have to be honest, I see it more as a community at the end of the day. That's what I see. It's a media company at the end of the day, but I would rather brand it as like it's a community because that's essentially what Willow Media is. It's the reason why a lot of people have met each other. It's one of the biggest reasons why I'm where I am today when it comes in terms of like my projects, in terms of people I have met. Because Willow, like if we really were to go back to like years and years ago before Willow, because originally it was Willow SMP, before it became Willow Media, it was the server. I was 15 at the time when I got a hold of Willow SMP. And it was the server that I met people like Lemon pretty early. Me and Lemon known each other for so much longer than a lot of people realize. About 4 to 5. It's going on to 5 years now.
It is.
5 years back.
Shit.
But it's the place where I started off as me meeting people and me being a big baby 15-year-old of being like, I'm gonna do dumb stuff. That habit has not changed, unfortunately, and I think it has to.
Yeah, I mean,
habits die hard.
sometimes the dumb stuff brings on beautiful things, and sometimes the dumb stuff brings some
More dumb
anger.
stuff.
But it's fine. Well, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, definitely. I think definitely over the years of what I've seen and what I've been able to experience personally, and what I've of course done my research into Willow Media because I wanted to learn more. Back whenever I was around halfway, whenever I was in Betacraft, I really started looking to Willow Media more. I learned a lot in terms of the projects and what you guys are going to be doing in the future, which we'll get into later throughout the podcast. But I mean, like, I kind of want to switch gears a little bit to Lemon and Kaz, and when you guys kind of started being a part of Willow Media projects and even doing staff things. I'm curious. If Lemon, you'd like to go first.
So it was 2 days before Betacraft launched. Didn't know we were getting
That
this
one out.
spicy immediately.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
I thought you were gonna start off from like the very beginning.
No,
Let's
no,
jump
no,
right in.
Well, I just want to
okay, no, if
jump
we're gonna
into when
go,
these
like,
two got involved in it first. and then
All
we'll
the
go-
way back, I was part of Willow 1. And due to some, let's just say, disagreements, I was removed. And that's the lightest way I can put it.
Right.
And then, like, whatever, I rebranded, I went about my life, I become silly dog. Bush, I'm doing the entire story. Bush
No,
ends
do
up
it.
finding me because of clips that he heard of my voice. He was like, wait, I know this person, and their art seems familiar. So then he went through my ex's
I-
not safe for work account to try to find me.
Can I give some original context first, before you continue? So,
Please.
So, actually, Lemon, I'm gonna put this in the side chat real quick, just as
long as it's not my ex, not safe for work.
That's-
account. I don't fucking get.
no, it was that. It was their TikTok account. I like to talk about that. I'm just making sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so-
I mean,
So I can talk about this. So, it's funny. So this is around. Is any MC Kairos or any of you Epic the Musical fans by any chance?
I'm
No.
getting
Okay.
forced to watch it very soon.
Okay,
I'm getting
good.
forced to watch
But-
it.
So for context, I was on TikTok doom scrolling in December. This is when the final saga came out for the series, and people were making animatics about it. And one of the animatics was Lemon's partner at the time. In my head, I was like, oh, this is a really cool art. Oh, they have their partner has a Twitch. I kind of want to go check that out. I immediately go into one of their clips, and a voice I have not heard in like 4 years at this point. It was like, wait a minute, this sounds
voice also
familiar.
hasn't changed in 4
The voice hasn't changed in 4 years.
I was 15
Yeah.
and I sounded like this for context.
No, he did. But then I proceeded to go onto a whole like investigation of being like, is this the same guy? I showed Dark, I showed Enzo, I showed our good buddy Angel, and they all told me like, this is the person. And then Lemon, you can continue the story.
So then, yeah, as Bush goes through my ex's not safe for work account to find me.
By the way,
I'm at my house.
In any way possible.
This
I'm
was
at my
dropped as we're
apartment.
playing Peak.
Yeah, no. I was at my apartment where I suddenly get a Twitter DM. You know, the scariest of all.
Oh god.
And of course it's from person from my past, and I was like, huh. It was gonna happen, but I didn't expect it to happen like today of all days, because I was having a pretty shitty day, and I was like, cool. Did Bush put you up to this? Because my partner at the time saw Bush lurking in my chat, and within 5 seconds, clocked his ass, screenshotted it, and sent it to me, being like, hey, by the way, be ready. And I was like, oh, fuck, okay. I get into a call with Bush, who decides randomly, yeah, you're gonna meet all these other people on Willow Media too, by the way. And they start talking about football, and I'm sitting here like mid-anxiety attack, being like, okay, so nothing's changed. Good to know.
Good to know.
I think that's the end of this. Right? Me
Yeah.
and Bush go do our own like little private things, like whatever. I'm playing God of War one day. Why? I pirated the game. You think I care? I was doing it live, and I get added to the server because I was like, hey, anybody have proof that Bush is gay?
Oh, God.
Context is much funnier, but I've forgotten it. And of course, I get sent the iconic audio clip of, hey, all Bush here, let's talk about guys. And then I play, fuck, what's that game? What game did we play together?
Split Fiction.
Yeah, we played Split Fiction together. And I was like, oh, cool. This is probably the most we're ever gonna hang out. Cool. CCA applications open. I go, you know what? It'd be funny. What if I applied the minute they opened? So I did that. Thinking not much. Oh, I won't get in. Damn near immediately, I get sent an invite to the server, and I'm like, okay, surely this is where it ends, because this isn't gonna be lore or anything. Put that down. I see you, Kai.
Careful where you're walking.
I'm like, okay, it's CCA. There's no lore. Like, this isn't gonna go bad. Bush keeps teleporting me into like sections of lore to where I have to start making a character, and I'm like, okay, I guess, sure. This is just normal now. If this goes on the entire server, I somehow become important to the plot. I don't know how I did it. It just happened.
Accidentally became important at work.
I met Kaz for the first time, and
Oh,
you wanna know what
God.
happened? We went,
Oh.
hey, this is the first time me and Kaz meet. We just say hi to each other.
I like saying hi in character. It's like saying hi out of character.
Exactly. CCA ends. Okay, cool. I'm not thinking much of it. Me and Bush are hanging out. We play Repo occasionally. We're chilling. In this span, I get broken up with. Boohoo, womp womp. And in Bush's infinite wisdom, during a game show, he makes fun of the fact that I, in fact, gotten broken up with.
I did not know this at the record, by the way. I did not know this at the time, by the
Day
way.
of, by the way.
Oh,
Day of it happening.
Oh,
so that was funny.
I remember it too because the thing was like, I'm gonna call you Yowie Man for the rest of
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna call you
episode.
Yowie Man, and then you asked me a question like, hey, what would happen, like, say you were single and, like, you just gotten broken up with, what would your personality become? And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna change a single thing about me because I'm perfect. And then it happened.
Oh my god.
And then this glorious server came to an end. And 2 days before Betacraft started, Bush added me to a Discord and said, hey, you're now the lead writer. You have to rewrite the entire world lore, everything about the WPA, and the Void. You have 2 days to get this done.
First off, okay, hold on. I kind of want to chime in here because yes, part of that is partially true, but it was I didn't tell him like, hey, you're now this. It was an offer that I gave him. It was like, hey,
Offers put
It was not an offer.
It was I pretty remarkably it was an offer I gave him, being like, hey, because well, for context, during Betacraft, I was stressed to hell. And I was telling Lemon all about this. So if I remember correctly, it was an offer I gave him. And Lemon's like, okay. And then that's when he was like, when does the server start? 2 days.
I stayed up for, I want to say 72 hours. Writing, doing the first few days of lore, and then going back to writing, because you guys know that downtime period we would have occasionally, like at the start of the server? Yeah, that's called the admin team is sitting there grabbing piece of paper being like, okay, and then this connects to this for some reason.
Oh.
This went on for the entire project.
Oh.
And during this, I met Kaz for the second time ever. And this is the most notable of them.
Oh, God.
Because not only does Bush make fun of my breakup to Kaz,
I was solid.
he then says that I give 5 out of 10 head.
I heard it.
What?
Yeah.
I'm
So,
a witness.
in my ever so beautiful neurotypical head, in my head, I thought that was lighting the moon.
This is the second time I've ever met Kaz for more than 2 words.
You are so lucky. Both me and Lemon are just completely chill with everything, bro.
You know,
Craziest second introduction of my life.
if I had to meet somebody and my friend goes, yeah, this guy gives like 5 out of 10 head, I'd sit there and be like,
How do you know?
That was the joke.
Do you have proof?
no,
That
no,
was the
I-
joke
okay.
for, like,
no,
2 months, by
here's
the
my
way.
thing. I would have at least been like, hey, give me a little bit of credit. Fuck, 5 out of 10. Come on now. Like,
That's
I'm
what I
like,
did.
Let's
I would've-
bump that up.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Let's get those numbers up. Get down.
I'm not gonna
Get
know
your
till-
money up,
I'm
not your funny.
I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna know till San Diego. So we gotta wait.
wow.
Hey, no means no.
I'm leaving the screen.
So, season comes to an end, whatnot. Like, Betacraft, the fuck that it was, like, a little behind-the-scenes thing to anybody who was there. I had to argue against Bush of why every character during Betacraft should not die at the very end of the story. And, you know, that led to you guys being amazing. And then,
I hate how I have an answer to all of these, unfortunately.
we'll get back to you. And then season 2 starts, right? And Bush is like, yeah, I'm gonna make invites last this long, 1 day until the server starts. And I'm like, hey Bush, do we have the world up? What? You know, the world we said we've been working on. What do you mean? And he does this every time. He hits me with a what? And I'm like, okay, this is fine, I guess. Everything gets set up, you know, utility engine, the beauty that it is, and didn't cause any heartbreaker strife. I'm sitting in the writer's room, aka me and Bush, and I go, yeah, I can't do this for another season. So I grab Kaz by the scruff, and I'm like, hey, I know you're a good writer. You want to help? And then God's worst admin meetings occurred, but I want Kaz's fucking indication on this.
The laugh of
bad.
God.
That's it.
They're fun.
You're gonna get a lot of emotions for this podcast, by the way.
There was
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot
no.
of miscommunications that we then had to clear up. It was like a kindergarten class all over again. It was kind of fun.
It was kind of fun.
I mean, hey, at least you're finding a joy out of it. I mean, I personally don't think I'd find a lot
I
of joy out
think
of that.
it
But
brought us
hey,
closer together as a big Willow Media family. Smile.
so I'm about to hear a lot of fucking desk breaking after that sentence.
Yeah.
So
Here we go.
I'm gonna put. Hold on. I'll show you guys what I've been doing this entire time, so I can put down my controllers for a second. So, that's my actual camera.
That's your actual
We were gonna get a. Oh, I
Good
love
thing
what it
that
looked
didn't
like.
show
Live lemon reaction.
was my
You need to
dirty
lock
ass
in a
bed.
little bit. You need to lock in.
We'll make sure to blur that.
It's
Yeah, I
fine.
can cut
It's
that.
fine.
Playing
So-
Smash Bros.
Yeah, I'm playing Smash Bros. So, during every admin meeting, there's this amazing ritual that happens. You all know me. I have autism. I have to go about the entire Willow storyline. I punched my mic. The entire Willow storyline from where we are to what is going to happen. And I repeat it every single admin meeting to make sure everybody's on the same page. So, when you repeat something enough times, you kind of expect people to understand it because they nod their head and say yes enough. Bush is not one of those people. And actively will just say, yep, and then in the next moment, somehow have the exact opposite thing you just talked about. One of which is me and Kaz were planning the ending for CC2. The ending you guys saw, because everything went off without a hitch. The meeting for that went like this. Me and Kaz talk about how we don't want to have 50 people talking like during the admin's down thing, because then the moment's ruined. And it's like, okay, we're dragging it, we're saying one-liners. What ends up happening is, in this meeting, me and Kaz explain this to Bush. I have Bush recite it back to me, just to make sure he understands it. And he recites it perfectly. Kaz writes it down perfectly. Of, hey, we're only going to select 4 people that we think, earned it. We wanted to select more, but we don't want to, take away from the moment. And a lot of people we selected were not streamers. Bush then immediately goes into admin chat and says, yeah, so before those 4 people talk, we're going to have 12 people start talking to the admin before that when he goes down. And I went to bed before Bush could send this message. So I wake up to a DM from Kaz saying, hey,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I had already seen it. I was just like, well, he's not gonna like this one. Let me give him a heads up, and then let's go into the side room, and we're gonna have a big discussion. Again.
It started off with a yelling match. I'm not going to lie. That was not fun. Nobody enjoyed that conversation because I had to sit there and go, what part did we not understand? What ends up happening is eventually we get it. Just for the other admins in the exact same thing to go, so why aren't we doing 12 people beforehand now? And thank God to Kaz's patience, because I did not have that shit in me.
Yeah, I was patient patrol for a lot of this because I'm able to
say?
keep a cool head and then also get both sides to pause so the other side can talk.
Right, I'm sitting here. I'm kind of imagining everything. Right, I'm putting it because Kaz put in my mind a kindergarten classroom at this point. So I'm just yes, 1000% you're the teacher. I was gonna say I'm just genuinely just seeing Kaz as this they're just having some fun, they're play fighting, and it's just actual
God.
swords and knives.
It's accurate because
So-
toddlers are brutal, dude.
They are fucking brutal, yeah.
So before this, it's a really important thing that happened. Notice the great Bush ego check. Now, that little, Bush does the exact opposite thing. If that happened 1 to twice, it'd be fine. It happened 7 times. And so me and Kaz got into a call with Bush. And we're like, hey, man, as your writers, we need to be involved. We need to know where the story is going so we can, get stuff done. I understand you. I'm going to be more transparent. That was strike number 1. This did not happen. Hey, Bush, we've talked to you about this. Me and Dark have our concerns now because, we need to get certain things rolling. Why do we have Herobrine here? Why is he important? Strike 2. It's going on deaf ears. Bush, I love you to death. We've already hashed this out. I don't care anymore. It was funny. Strike 3.
Or I'm gonna say something once you're done.
When Herobrine died, right? And like during the first or second boss fight, we were supposed to open up the end, like right afterwards. Why? In fight, it's not really that important to our story. We shouldn't be gatekeeping stuff that certain players already have, because players had elytras, Bush. And what ends up happening is, okay, boss fight's done. I open up the portal immediately within seconds. Why are we doing this? What? Who said you could open up the end portal? This is caught on a stream next to, because Kaz is there with me. I have my own little hissy fit, and I'm like, dude, I'm looking at the notes right here. It says I can do this. I'm getting a call. I talked to Bush about all of his problems. A lot of shit happens that I'm not going to talk about. A lot of good things happen. This was the 5th offense. It somehow kept happening. And then finally, you guys know the Sea Temple, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was my build.
Mhm.
I had a week to complete it. I had it done by Wednesday because I grabbed a few people. I was like, hey, we're just going to listen to music and get some work done. If you guys want in, like, come join. I get a message on Friday night specifically, about, I want to say 10 hours before the boss fight. You know, the thing this arena is for. Hey, we need one more room. What do you mean we need one more room, Bush? Not only do we need one more room, it's got to be the fucking... You guys know the God Hand room, right? The one where God was spelled in the walls?
God.
That room was done within 4 hours.
Oh my god.
Shout out Elliot, Chimera Clock, who actually did the hand, because I was like, I'm already going through it.
Right. Now, I will say on that build, kind of to soften up a little bit of things, the build was actually fucking gorgeous. You guys, from a player standpoint, coming into that room as a character, it was genuinely just like, oh, shit's gonna go down here, isn't it? And I know the boss fight itself was a little like laggy, just because, of course, there's a lot of people online, so it made it a little laggy. But overall, like
33.
the shock factor, Jesus,
that's a lot of people.
Fuck. It was genuinely such an incredible event, and I want to say that was props up, man. You with the time you had, it worked out fucking flawlessly in most parts.
Ferg did all like the cool lasers, like pointing towards the door. Rose and Hell did Fred and Romeo's room. I did everything else. I'm taking my credit where it's finally due.
Take your credit, kid.
And all of you are wondering, where was Bush in all of this? I got dragged out to... I was nowhere to be seen, and I was at a... What's the word? I was at a baby shower.
Correct!
Not CC2 more important.
That's what I'm saying.
I wanted to stay, but no, but I was getting dragged out. Kaz, anything... Well, I let Lemon finish first, and then I'm willing to talk about all of this.
Sarah finally ends. And I'm not going to talk about the offer, Bush, that you have made, because that is not public knowledge yet. But yeah, I got to tease the next villain. I got to play next villain next season. Hope you guys are...
Hey.
Hope you guys are ready for something a little bit different. We're not doing psychopaths.
Damn it.
Thank fucking God. It's so overused. No, I'm happy with this. Psychopaths are like... I'm going to go on a quick rant here just because they're bringing this shit up. I feel like there's a certain niche with villains that are constantly using its fucking psychopaths. Like, a villain does not just have to be a psychopath. Let a villain be like genuinely like a genius. But yeah, no, you can continue.
I'm excited to play a villain. I will say this villain has taken a great interest in your two characters. Especially Knight, because of something unintentional, and I'm happy. But yeah, I've talked long enough. Go on.
Kaz, anything you want to say?
What part, bro?
All of them.
All of it.
I think I chipped in a little bit.
All right.
That's it? I
All right.
chipped in a little bit?
Bush, you're up.
Oh God. Okay. I think I have a lot to say on this topic. I am willing to talk about Betacraft and CC2, as they're both very important aspects of my life. And it goes on to what was Lemon talking about of all the meetings that were needed to be held with me. Betacraft was made out of not. It was not made. It was made out of passion. I want to get that out of the way. But Betacraft was made out of. We're gonna go into a lot of mental health because I'm a big advocate for mental health and my own personal mental health. But Betacraft was made out of a place of me wanting to feel useful again. Because I don't like not working on stuff. I don't like not doing things. I don't like being left out. I don't like being lonely. So I made Betacraft on a whim. It was originally it was going to be its own standalone project. That was the mindset I was going into. It was the biggest reason why I was so keen on, all right, everybody who's in this project is going to die. And then Voidwalkers got into the equation. So I'm like, all right, everybody that's not Voidwalkers is going to die. Because these characters were going to come back for Season 2. But then Lemon had to convince me of, hey, these are very compelling characters. Don't kill everyone off. Let them have opportunities to tell more stories. And that's where I caved in on that idea. Because, like, at the time, I'm going to say this. I say this every time I get an opportunity to. I'm going to say this till the day I die. I hate Betacraft because, in my opinion, it was a result of bad leadership, bad management, and bad decision making on my end. I didn't want that. I didn't want that to be Betacraft. I wanted Betacraft to be so much more, but I couldn't see it at the time because of how bad my headspace was. The projects I make is mainly out of a place of passion and love, but Betacraft was the first project I can tell for certain that I did it out of desperation. That's what it was. Betacraft was made out of desperation of wanting to feel. I think the best way I could say is on a, like, I wouldn't say pedestal, but feeling important again, feeling that I am worth something, feeling that I have people who are excited to play on this project. And I will say, as disastrous as Betacraft was, it had a lot of its ups and downs. A lot of people, like you guys' characters, for an example, it allowed for much more world building. It allowed for many new people, like let's say Kairos, Guy Ray, Hell, for example. If I never made Betacraft, there's a high chance we probably would not be talking to you guys today. That was the biggest takeaway. Like, yeah, the project was a disaster, but the people I met from that project is what makes it worth it at the end of the day. And who knows, maybe you guys would have came back in different ways, but we're not in that timeline anymore. We're in this timeline where that's how we met you guys, and I'm very glad that's what Betacraft provided. ConceCraft Season 2 was a project that was absolutely made out of love and out of passion from my end. I made the project because it's something I wanted to work on for roughly 2 years now. I have no problem talking about this on the podcast. But back in 2014, I got into some horrible hot water. I was accused of something terrible, and my cancellation followed suit. So what essentially was everything that I wanted to tell, it was kind of ripped away from me. I was unable to work on Willow 3. I was unable to continue or finish, I was at VidCon, so I was unable to continue the original ConceCraft 1 story. A lot of opportunities that I once had was essentially ripped away from me, and that's what sucked. So ConceCraft Anniversary was made, because originally ConceCraft Anniversary was never supposed to be made. ConceCraft Anniversary was made in hopes of, I want to finish the story I couldn't tell. But from the beginning, even before my cancellation, I wanted to make ConceCraft Season 2, and it was going to be heavily based off Minecraft Story Mode. That was a given, but I was never given an opportunity to get that moment. After I came back, and after I was able to get ownership of Willow Media back, one of the first things I knew for certain is that I want to make ConceCraft Season 2. I want to make it the best it could be. But because of that mindset, I became very corporate in how I was seeing things. Everything to me was, everything needs to be perfect. This artist, it's an expense that I'm going to write off. This expense, utility, I do pay for utility engine, fun fact. I'm not going to disclose how much money, but I see it as like, all right, this is going to provide much more to the experience, in which in some aspects, it has allowed for stuff to be much bigger than it needs to be. It allowed for stuff like the admin text box. It allowed for the hints on the side. It's the reason why the Void worked the way it was. It's the reason why the bosses, the gauntlets, all the items came into fruition. There's a lot of decision making that I probably would have done very differently. But because of the mindset I was with, CC2 was very corporate in my eyes. And because of how corporate I viewed it, I became so blinded by trying to make it very ambitious. I made it too ambitious for my own good, but on top of that, I had my own spiraling mental health that was happening at the same time, which trying to run a bunch of stuff and my mental health is not a great combination. It just causes you to just spiral at that point. And a lot of the problems that like Lemon and Kaz had with me, like their complaints are so valid as hell. I was just probably in the worst position I could be headspace wise, because in my head, I'm gonna see how I can phrase this. I was driven by my own fear in a way. I was driven by such extreme dread and fear about losing things that my mindset, yeah, it did become corporate, but another mindset that I kind of went through is like wanting to please as many people as I can. But because of me going under that mentality, I became very blissfully ignorant, not on purpose, but by accident when it came to a lot of writing decisions. Like, I'm going to take Herobrine as an example. Herobrine was originally supposed to be a shop owner. That was it. That was his role. But the reason why I changed his decision on a whim is because I saw a group of players that wasn't doing anything, and I know they had a close relation to Herobrine. So in my head, I was like, all right, if I change this up, it would allow this group of people to participate more in lore. In the long run, I felt like it did create for a more compelling story because it allowed for much more open doors to happen. But the biggest issue with, yes, it may have allowed for much more character development. It might allow for more characters to be involved. It allowed for characters to at least have a time on the server. But the issue with that is, the biggest issue was it was me unintentionally going against what I have said on various occasions. It was never out of a place of wanting to be like, I'm ready to go piss off Lemon today. Let's do it, baby. But it was more of a place that, like, I was so driven by wanting to make everybody happy and wanting to please certain people or please as many people as I can. I became so blinded at that thought of, like, if I do this, this group of people will be satisfied by what has been made. If I do this, people will like this. Of course, there are some decisions that I don't know what I was going through my mind. I was probably being stupid, but also there was times where there was like so much miscommunication. Let's just take the talking for people talking to the admin before he died. In my head, I interpret that as we're gonna have these are gonna be the last 4 people who talks to the admin before he dies. I didn't read it as, all right, these 4 are gonna be the people that are gonna just talk to the admin. It goes back to me wanting to please people, because in my head, I was, like I said, it was driven by fear of, like, there's going to be some backlash. People are going to be so pissed off at me that they didn't get to talk to the admin. And because of that mindset, it made some story aspects better, but at the same time, it made some story aspects significantly worse. And because of how much I was driven by this fear, it did lead to various arguments behind the scenes, because I had one philosophy, Lemon and Cass had various different philosophies. And it was because of that, it just became a mess behind the scenes. A lot of, like, my own decision-making really pushed everyone to their limits. And I think Lemon and Cass can testify to that. Because I really wanted ConceCraft Season 2 to be perfect. But because of that perfectionism, it made me too blind to the story I wanted to tell. It's like I had to leave the mindset of I'm no longer working on this project by myself. I'm working on this project with a bunch of people who is putting as much as love and time and dedication to the project as I am. And I'm upset at myself that I didn't see it then. And it's the biggest reason why I'm taking a big step back in how I manage projects, because if my headspace is like this when I'm working on projects, it's gonna be significantly worse. And I can't bear to put people on that. It's the biggest reason why I feel a lot of people needed a break from me, because of how much I push those people to their limit. Not intentionally, but because of my inaction. Inaction is one of them. It's the biggest reason why people needed a break from me, and that I understood by a huge margin. I do a lot of dumb stuff. I do a lot of decisions that doesn't really help anybody. But at the end of the day, I understand where they're coming from. Yeah, it's gonna hurt me a lot in the law. It's gonna hurt me for the time being, but their reasoning behind it is understandable. Because once in a while, you can like everyone has their limits. And I can tell for this project that even I had my own limit. My team had their own limits. And it's one of the things where one of the biggest staff meetings was just probably a restructuring on how we handle projects moving forward. Because if my own decision making is what led up to people wanting breaks from me, if people wanting like a detox, if people wanting like time away from the projects, time away from Willow Media, it's understandable why a lot of things have to change if we want to ensure this project's survival. Because I have hundreds of stories I would like to tell, but at the end of the day, it's all up to the people if they want to come back and stick by me or go off to do a different project.
Right. And kind of just to put a perspective as somebody who has not been necessarily a part of the, staff team. I've just been a player, I've played in these stories. I've seen how it's been. I've definitely heard of things behind the scenes at times, but I will say from everything you've just told me and everything you've told our audience, it's recognition, recognition that, yeah, there were mistakes. Yeah, there might have been times where it got heated, but it's at the end of the day, you got through the project and you know what you got to work on, and that's the beautiful thing about all this. You have such a beautiful community where regardless of all the pretty heated stuff that might happen, we all kind of find a way to finally get through it and we move on to the next, right? And there's going to be things that...
Well, of course. To be honest with you, if I had to... I was talking to someone the other day, but like I liked it better when people viewed me as a fairy. And I'm gonna try my best to explain it as best as I can.
Okay.
I'm gonna try my best to explain it. It's like... Because like for people like Lemon and Kaz, I was kind of a guy that just kind of came and go when it came, because originally they were all players on my server. They didn't have to like work with me constantly. So when I say I am a fairy, it's the fact that I kind of just came and go as I please, and it's just like, oh, that was a fairy. but now in the sense that they're now on my staff team, they have to like constantly deal with my presence. So I kind of lost that aspect of being of a fairy and more of like, hey gang, it's me, as I like walk out of the shadows as Lemon is ready to like pick up the gun.
Oh, absolutely. my gun that I've gotten in trouble for. So like
Oh my god!
So
Lemon has a BB gun for the audience, by the way. Not an actual gun.
The audio listeners love you
for
to
the
death.
audience, real quick. I do not own a weapon. I own a Nerf gun.
Just to clarify.
We're not sponsored!
Yeah, just in case.
We are not sponsored.
Oh, I own a gun from hit video game Destiny 2.
We're not sponsored!
Hit video game Destiny 2. It's
you should
dying.
bring back
Fuck
development.
Yeah, Bush went from like this fairy that occasionally popped up as Herobrine to constantly breathe into my ear when in Vanish. When I'm trying to have serious conversations with you guys, and all I hear is,
"Hey, are you in lore right now? Hey, Lemon, jump once if you're in lore."
Psst.
Fun fact, half the time I
what's
didn't
up?
know he was streaming.
Oh,
I was always live.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can actually talk on that.
Right. But before we do that, I would like to, real quick, Kaz, we've talked about a lot of the staff side of things. Oh my god,
goodness.
Jesus!
Thank you.
We talked a lot about a lot of the staff side of things. Lemon, of course, came from being a player to now staffing quite a lot and doing what we've seen today
Quite a
as
lot.
well. Bush, of course, being the head run of a lot of this, bringing us to where we are now, helping on that too. But Kaz, you kind of are a little bit of a different case. You've been mainly most of the time been a player. I think CC2 was your first time kind of on a staff team, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, I got a promotion!
Yeah. I was kind of
Commented in
curious
Discord.
because I've seen a lot from you specifically when it comes to content. You are a lot of Minecraft lore SMPs from God knows how many you're on. I've seen a lot of different titles. I'm sitting here like, I don't know what that is, but hey, it's pretty cool. I just want to ask, in terms of a player, when it comes to just the Willow Media, like lore SMPs, how did you specifically start out? And what as a player have you like kind of just been able to experience, I guess?
Yeah, no. So I've been doing I've been doing the lore SMPs for about 4 years. And 2 years ago, one of my homies hit me up asking if I wanted to be a part of a Minecraft SMP. Keep in mind, this is one of the first times somebody that I didn't know was inviting me to a Minecraft project, and I was already in a couple projects at the time, so I was like, maybe I'll pass. But I think a day or two passed by, and I hit my friend up again, and I was like, actually, can you get me into that project you were talking about? And that project was Console. This was the first time I've been doing Minecraft lore SMPs for a while, but nothing like this. Nothing that was supposed to be a full story told in this short amount of time. And like, within ConsoleCraft, I was a little bit shy, sticking to like the person that invited me in, reaching out here and there to do lore with random people. Ended up making some really great friends in ConsoleCraft. But I didn't get too heavily involved in like the main lore. Now, I was good friends with Rose at the time. Like they had reached out to me prior, so I had a little bit of like a little smidge of way to get into things there. So I met some of her friends there. But I didn't get too deep into lore until like really like the last couple of weeks where I found my footing and figured out how things were done in this SMP, because it was, even back then, it was something every night. I wasn't prepared to clear my schedule for like a project like this. So like, yeah, this has been the lore every night all the time in these projects. That's been going on for about 2 years. But I ended up getting a little bit of leeway in ConsoleCraft, and most of my story at the time involved the Void and how it was written during ConsoleCraft and into Willow 3. Willow 3 is where I kind of like, Willow Season 3 is kind of where I found more grounding, and it got to a point where I felt comfortable running some of my own events on the server. Had a great lore plot that involved a type of infection plot that I had like just completely made up, and I think that was my first time interacting with all of the admins because they were a little bit worried about me doing an infection plot. But honestly, they were all very sweet, and it was like great writing with them, and I think that was like the first time I got to write something a little bit larger all throughout Willow Media. And then of course, like after that came CCA, and I was like, okay, this is a chance for me to redo my story that I told in CC in ConsoleCraft, but with a lot more writing experience and more of a foot into the door with the people that are around me. And that's of course how we got Echo. And my goodness, for a do-over character, I love him. He's really just become his own thing entirely. And of course, still within like ConsoleCraft Anniversary, I still found ways to slightly break the lore or add on to it, so I could tell a really cool story. And every single time, Bush was incredible to work with through this time, because I would throw ideas at him and he would just catch them and be like, yeah, you can do that. So like I ended up being able to do a lot of crazy stuff because Bush saw how I laid everything out and was just like, yeah, you can do that. Oftentimes that came to planning something insane with Herobrine or as the admin on top of that, but it was still a lot of fun. And then after ConsoleCraft Anniversary, which that was the first time I met Lemon, and at the time I kind of don't really click in my brain who I do and do not interact with. It's kind of just getting all over the place. So I'm very slow and bad on names, so I kind of forgot Lemon's name upon like going into Betacraft, and just like him randomly hitting me up being like talking about like crazy lore ideas, and I'd be like, oh, I think I know this guy. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. And that was
No. You hit me with a, who are you originally?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I might have forgot who Lemon was, but that didn't change how incredible he was to work with and reaching out to me. Even though I had half a brain cell going on in that noggin of mine. But Lemon would hit me up with like just little lore opportunities, and I'd be like, yeah, I want to do that. Because one of the things is Lemon was one of the big writers for The Void back in like the first season. Is that right, Lemon?
I made it. I made the Void in Willow 1.
I
Take
made
that shit
it.
to my grave. That's still prevalent. It's all mine.
Yeah. So as I was saying, and in between ConsoleCraft, Willow Season 3, I had kind of taken a hold of the concept of the void and kept throwing new ideas into it, such as, like, at the time, my plot was, I'm sick with the void. It is what it is. But Lemon saw the writing I was doing there and, like, reached out to me to, like, kind of work things out and, like, combine ideas. And that's what I really appreciate about working with Lemon is even though I had brought my own things to the table when it came to the void, he still found a way to incorporate all of that into, like, all of the new writing. And I thought that was really nice, because, like, there's not a lot of staff members or owners who will kind of break the lore of, like, their server so that you got to keep something you like. So, appreciate that. Fun. So, throughout Betacraft, I got to keep my void plot, but then also add on to the plots that were going on in the server and all the plots that, like, Lemon and the other staff helped create. So that was, like, another time where I got to have, like, a really big impact on the lore. And keep in mind, we're in Betacraft. Yes, it's still lore every night. Yes, it's, like, something big happens every other day. It is, you gotta be quick with it. As a, like, content creator who streamed almost every single time, like, every single time I was on these servers, I would be streaming the majority of the time. It was something every night for hours. So the amount of hours that I've been racking up with projects is a lot, and it never stopped. But yeah, I got to have a lot of cool lore opportunities and those leading up to all those projects, because I kept interacting with the story because I thought it was so cool, and I kept interacting with the people who were giving that story to the players, and that's how I weaseled into just a lot of, like, side plots, a lot of, like, main plot things. And then, of course, after Betacraft, we get into ConsoleCraft 2, and that's when things started to change. I got invited into the staff team pretty early on by Lemon vouching for me, because, like, at that point, we had worked together on writing, like, bits and bobs of the world lore, and, like, adding on to, like, all of that depth that comes to that part of the story. And I was also helping him with, like, a little bit of miscommunication on the staff team at this time. So he vouched for me to finally be on the staff. And at this point, I'd been being really close with, like, all the staff members. Like, that's the thing. They're my homies. And it was, like, I enjoyed hanging out with all of them, both, like, writing lore, talking to them as a staff anytime I needed help as a player. Just playing game. Good old web fishing night. So, like, I was really excited to be working with my friends and helping write Minecraft lore, because, like, I know the feeling of writing Minecraft lore as a staff, but with somebody that is, like, your good friend. I do that all the time over on, like, Astro SMP as a staff, because it's just, like, we're a group of friends. And it felt like that a lot here at Willow, so I was happy about it. And then, of course, the 7 Deadly Sin trials hit. And it was a lot of back and forth between me, Bush, and Lemon, trying to figure things out. We survived. Well, we certainly survived, but we were changed as people.
You're here to tell the tale.
Here to tell the tale.
It could be a 4-hour-long movie. You know, Endgame, it's like that. But yeah, this was I didn't step my toes into, like, the admin pool, like, on staff, on server mechanics or tech stuff. I'm a little baby brain with that kind of stuff. That was all them. It was mainly writing in the background and helping organize and write down notes of all the things that we'd be saying. That was primarily my job on the staff team. So a lot of my experience on the server was still that of a player.
Right.
Like, especially at the start, because I started as a player, and it would be me still going to, like, Bush or Lemon being like, hey, can I do this? I have this idea I came up. Can I do this? And even after I became a staff, I did that. Like, I specifically went to Bush's DMs, and I remember him saying, you're staff now, you don't have to do this. And I was like, but I need to. Like, it still felt like I was a player, but it was nice to be able to help more, because when you're very passionate about a project, you want to help all you can to make it really good, because it's good for everybody, that way. But it was nice. I think that's basically it. I think I've given you my backstory.
No, 100%. And I will say, for the audio listeners, me personally, when it comes to interacting with Kaz, it's one of my biggest regrets. I didn't do it more. I feel like when it comes to you building characters, where I've been Betacraft, where I was doing a lot fucking more on Betacraft compared to what I did on CC2.
You were
I feel like
insane.
I feel like I had a lot more of a I sat a little bit more back on CC2 just because of my own personal issues. But I will say it is one of my biggest regrets not doing a lot of lore with you with your character, because I will say it firsthand. You are one of the few people when I'm doing a lore SMP and I'm like, holy fucking shit. That's who you want to go to when it's peak fucking point of view or just character story building. You as a writer, seeing your writing is just incredible. It is the way you can build a character, the way you can portray emotion. It is genuinely inspiring in a way, and it's also, and I'm gonna give Lemon his glaze too because I know he's waiting for it. I also didn't get to do as much lore as I wanted to.
Amen.
I didn't get to do as much lore as I would love to, whether it been Betacraft or fucking CC2, because Lemon as a writer and Lemon as being able to portray a character is also a holy fucking shit. Top tier writing. Throughout the hell he's gone through, he has been able to portray and being able to tell so many great stories. Whether he may agree or not, this is my personal opinion. I think Lemon is up there with being definitely a person you want to do lore with if you have the opportunity.
Opinions can also be right.
Knows how to, right? He definitely knows how to do some characters. What the fuck?
What?
Why do I see so many different Phoenix?
It's me and Kaz have been making a hear me out cake.
Ah, I see. But
oh, I didn't make a hear me out.
Yeah.
Why am I right at the top?
Fucking God. Jesus Christ.
I will say this before we go on to the conversation, before anything else. Lemon and Kaz's performance on the servers are one of the biggest reasons why I give the utmost trust when it comes to writing and decision making. They're actually going to be one of the bigger two when it comes to decision making moving forward. It's Consolecraft Season 2 was the reason why Kaz, because how Willow Media, it's going to change now, but how it originally used to work is it used to have its inner admin team, which controls all of Willow Media, and then individual teams for individual projects. Because of Kaz's incredible performance over Consolecraft Season 2, they got moved up to being a staff, instead of a staff member for Season 2, they're just now staff for the entirety of Willow Media and whatever projects that will entail. Each person on the team has devoted so much time and effort into the project that it's the biggest reason why I trust them for whatever I throw, they're gonna probably find a way to make it even better. Because I don't like taking credit for my projects at all. I'm just a guy. I keep saying this, and I said this around the ending of at the ending of CC2. I'm just a guy who had a vision and an idea, and I just made it come to life. And that's where I see it. It's the staff team and the members that really bring it into so much more. When I truly think about what's my role long term in terms of Willow Media or in terms of people I meet. I'm gonna once again go back as a fairy example. I kind of just appear for people just to have these opportunities to come. It warms my heart when I see people being able to create such friendships about it. I love bringing people together to tell these stories. Hell, dude, me, if Willow Media Willow SMP didn't happen, I would have never met Kaz, I would have never met Lemon, I would have not met you guys. And I really wanted to give back of how much the project did for me. So that's why I'm always happy with the Precision people. And let's take the Cobblemon server that everyone's playing on. I'm so glad they all created such a strong friendship and community based on this project that I created, and they all get to have such a great time on it because deep down, this is what I want more than anything. I want people to make memories off these projects. I want people to create stories off these projects. I want people to view some of these people as friends till the end of time. And then I'm gonna go back to being a fairy and just like, hey guys, I'm gonna go do whatever, because that's always gonna be me at the end of the day. I'm gonna kind of just appear and go in people's lives, because it's just I always have to be doing something. I'm going
Right.
down to San Diego on Thursday for a movie. I have to go to VidCon because I'm being summoned over there. So I just come and go, and I'm happy of the friendships that have been created because of these projects.
Right, and I will say on the fairy topic, I feel like you talk a lot about being a fairy, but from the very beginning, as that first little fairy appears, that is the catalyst, and that catalyst is what has brought us to where we are now. I get you don't want to like credit yourself too much, but I think at the end of the day you do. You genuinely have been able to. I think without you, where would we be right now? You were the catalyst of what has evolved into what Willow Media is today. You have been there. You have worked your ass off. I've seen the amount of resources you put into it. You put your own money into this stuff. So you definitely got to give yourself a little credit. But I mean, as a fairy, right? Like you say, you're calling yourself as one. Fairies come and go, but it's the impact that fairy leaves, which is so. You have that impact. You have such a big impact as that fairy who comes and leaves. And that's what I kind of want to maybe put into your head a little bit.
Probably. It's like I always view. Honestly, before content creation, life was just very boring to me. This content creator sphere that I threw myself into is so fun and exciting for me. It's a weird mentality to go about it, but like straight up, all the dramas that has happened, all the cancellations that happened to me, all the arguments, all the friendships, all the memories that have been formed. It's been such an exciting life for me that it's like I probably will never like look back on it. If I had to do everything all over again, I probably would, because it's such a fun life just being able to see where I go. That's kind of all I do. I come and go. Like hell, like if you told me like if I was 10 years old and you told me being like, hey, one of your closest friends is gonna be a talking dog, I'd be like, huh, that's funny.
What?
I can go back to being a TV if you prefer.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Don't
I
be
don't know
rash.
anything about that still, to be honest.
Or
Me
you're gonna
and
meet,
MCers are not knowers.
Don't be rash.
or you're gonna meet somebody, or you're gonna meet like a space alien, referring to Kaz. I would not believe you, but it's the people that I have met that makes everything worth it. I don't know, man. Like I don't like giving myself props or anything, because I don't know. So the best way I can describe myself is just the inciting incident, and then I kind of just continue moving.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, like all these projects, I don't think any of us would be here without them. And there's a lot of memories that are built from them, but
Lemon getting ready to choke me. Oh yeah, I know.
great memories. I mean, hey, some
Awesome.
people I won't get into that, but some people are kind of, Anyways, moving on. We've talked about a lot of the project itself. We've talked about a lot of the project itself, but
I look at Kaz and Lemon, like I can't be the only one speaking, please.
No, it's dangerous.
Keep digging. It's
Funny.
fine.
it's
Go on.
dangerous. I want to kind of segue into the lore aspects of thing. We've always been talking about like, oh, of course, character building and whatnot, but like, as all of us kind of have an origin story when it comes to what got us into lore, I'm curious for all three of you, what really like decided to make you be like, yeah, I kind of want to be in this like Minecraft lore LARPing shit. That's something that speaks to me. I want to be a part of that. I'm curious, and this is for everybody, even MC, of course. And I guess honestly, we'll go straight to Kaz actually for this one. Start off with
Why
Kaz.
are you evil? Okay, so I
Oh,
have
I'm
a
very
crazy
evil, trust.
backstory. I have a crazy backstory. Should I be saying this online? No, because it's embarrassing, but a little writer has to start somewhere. And baby Kaz, back in middle school, was like, I want to write, but I can't animate because I don't have the time or motivation. So you want to know what medium I'm going to use to tell my stories? That's right, baby. It was Gotcha Life. I was one of those. And funny enough,
So see it on the
Honey?
channel.
Oh my
Funny
god, I'm
enough.
sorry.
funny enough, I was making banger after banger. Like I was in the mini move it market. I was in this making TV shows market. I was all over the place. And the amount of views that I got from those videos is what led to my channel being
God.
monetized.
Oh,
No, but-
Best
wasn't
performing video
Minecraft.
is a Gotcha
Oh.
Life with 200k, by the way.
Are we VOD
Oh,
checking?
no.
I mean, we can talk
No,
about
we're in
Friday
VOD.
Night Funkin' era too.
Oh,
Private 2,
Oh, you don't
it was
think-
not. It was not 200K. That's the one I had the balls to leave up for some time. The one I got rid of was my first one, and that was $500,000.
That's awesome.
How'd you like City movie, bro? Okay. I've been told I was like somebody's gay awakening through making those like videos. So I guess I did some.
Hello?
God.
But when I didn't feel like using that anymore, that's right. I saw Baby Cat saw I'm making bank. I don't want to do this anymore. So when I got back into writing, it was like, well, I still don't have the motivation to write a book. I still can't animate. You want to know what we're doing this time? Doing Minecraft, baby. Minecraft SMP was hot. It was toasty. And I was like, oh, if everybody
was
else can do
toasty.
it, I can too. So you want to know what I did? So I googled Minecraft SMP. I didn't use put applications. I put Minecraft SMP. Somebody with like 10 likes was like, hey, DM me if you want into a Minecraft server. And I was like, yeah,
Damn.
let me in, baby. And I believe that was my first friend group.
Oh my god.
Like 4 years ago. And the SMP was called Chip SMP. And I ran a mafia. But
As you do.
Yep. And you think at some point you grow out of that stuff, you know, maybe if not middle school, high school. Maybe if not the beginning of high school, surely by the end of high school. No. I graduated and I was still doing Minecraft lore. I'm 22 and I'm still doing Minecraft lore because that has been the most simple medium to use to where you can be so expressive with a story, so expressive with a character. But like, also, it was just fun to be in, honestly. That's where all of my friend groups have come from, bouncing from Minecraft SMP to Minecraft SMP. So when it's like, you get to learn new skills, you get to see incredible artists, you get to see writing from all different kinds of places. And on top of that, it's just like, if it's Minecraft, it's like, it's worth being here, honestly. Saw no reason to leave. Like, yeah, no. The Minecraft lore SMP, it has its bums, right? It has its weirdos. But, like, I've seen far too much good from the community to really want to leave it. So I'm here for the long run. It's got everything I want. Can you get off my Steam account, bro?
What?
I'm going through your YouTube right now. Sorry.
Oh, don't get me started on my love Maple Story 2. It's shut down.
Your what?
My life, Maple Story 2. And I can't play it. It was great. As a writer, I loved it.
Let's talk about the Yandere simulator videos.
Let's not talk about the Yandere Simulator videos.
Oh.
That guy's not the guy who made him isn't the best. You know,
Oh.
criminal.
Let's see. Let's see.
There's a few
It's-
Dan Plan ones on here.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know Kaz was an hardcore Overwatch trailer. Let's see them become a Hanzo main and fail.
Yeah, and then I still can't play Hanzo.
Here's a good one. Frog images that make you feel the need to repent.
That was a good one. Everybody likes
What?
frogs. Everybody loves repenting.
Yeah, how to get a girlfriend.
Everybody loves repenting.
How to get a girlfriend. How to get a girlfriend in 10 seconds.
There's a couple people I know who I could send that video because they need it.
Actually, can you send me that too?
Well, lucky you. Bush is putting it in the side
Let's
chat
go.
for some reason.
What the fuck is Walter Minecraft #1?
So I lost my turtle at a young age, and it was traumatizing.
Found the worst ripoff Uno game.
It was the worst. Why are we here?
I'm glad we're just going through Cass's stuff.
Missing VTuber was human trafficked for a year.
What?
Yep. That's when I was in my commentary phase.
You also had a 3D model on that time.
Yep, VTuber, big old boobs, telling the news. That's what I thought I wanted to do at the time. And you know what? Sometimes I still think about going back.
And all this led to you getting into Minecraft lore.
Yeah! It's funny enough, I'm really...
Yeah, it all
I was
culminated to
bouncing
that.
things. It all
Yeah.
came to this moment. If I hadn't have taken the path that I took, Yandere Simulator to Walter, Friday Night Funkin', I wouldn't have been a writer and I wouldn't have gotten here.
Among Us and Roblox imposter.
Please
That was a good
stop. Please stop. Stop.
Yeah, these TikTok challenges
Lock
need
in,
to be
lock in.
stopped. Devious
Lock
licks.
Kinesthetic
Guys,
Gotcha
help
Club
me.
also
Please
girls.
stop.
Stop. Host, help me.
We
Let's talk about all the Friday Night Funkin' mods. that
Nah,
kids have
Bush, I think
covered.
it's time for you to talk about what got you into Minecraft lore.
Me. Oh god. Oh boy, I have.
I'm a
I
little
have
chipper.
it's such a journey, man. Cause like, yeah, are we talking about specifically lore? Cause it is just quite a journey.
How'd
So
you get here, bro?
how I get here? Okay,
What's
so
really your
like a
history?
bunch of people, I got into Minecraft stuff around the pandemic, because why wasn't the pandemic a catalyst for a ton of people? And I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Because first off, I hated school. I hated school so much, bro. I would do anything not to do school. So so as I was getting my footing, that's when PNG tubers kind of came onto the scene. And in my head, I was like, oh, that seems like I was like, since PNG tubers kind of came around, I saw these 6 big PNG tubers, and I used to do a series. It's currently unlisted, but people can still see it through the playlist on one of my older channels called Let's Talk, where I would make videos off these creators. And then one of those creators, one of their friends, saw that video, and they're like, yo, we need to get this guy onto our SMP. So they get me onto an SMP, and then ever since that's SMP, it just, my connections and the people I would meet just kept going up and up. But let's talk about Willow SMP, because that was the time. So at the time, I made a video, like, it wasn't just big creators. I made videos on various different people, even smaller ones too. There was absolutely love this person. I made a video on this person by the name of Plan A. Love him to death. I actually talked to him not that long ago. He's currently studying in Toronto right now for film. But we made a video about that. I made a video about them. I had an interview with them, and they were so sweet. They were one of the sweetest people I have talked to. And I also met a friend of theirs. So funny thing too, I was there when the Bible was being written. I was there when I was there before.
with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Yeah, yeah, all the apostles. Yeah.
Bush sitting at the last dinner, be like, I don't want to spoil this for you, but I know who does it.
No, I was
I didn't
there
know why
when.
you said that.
But I was there because I was there before Willow SMP was named into Willow SMP. The server eventually went by Pop SMP. That was the server I was into, and the reason I got invited was because I was in the VC when they were making the server. Because of that, I met so many incredible people, but one of them people being Chalubi and Chaloopster. Lovely guy, and he was honestly one of the sweetest people, and we had such amazing banter on that server. And Pop SMP, it now goes by Willow SMP Season 0. And because a lot of people didn't play on the server, the absurdity of BS that kind of happened on the server was kind of the groundwork for a lot of the future servers. But not Plan A, but the other co-owner at the time got into hot water. And the people who were there to pick up the pieces were me and Chalubi and Enzo. I was just meeting Enzo right as hot water struck. So Enzo kind of came on board. So we got a hold of Willow, we got a hold of the server, and there was various different iterations of the name, but we didn't settle on Willow SMP. And Willow Zero let the groundwork for so much stuff. The Chaos Emeralds, Eggman, Sonic the Hedgehog. If you're wondering why the server is why like the earlier seasons were so convoluted, it's because it was 15-year-old me playing with puppets with Chalubi. But then once Willow Zero finished off, that's when the server got fully transferred to us three. We were coming with different names. I think Willow was the name we came up with. I probably could find a list sometime or later. But then Willow 1 came around, and that's when I met Dark on a server by the name of Gravel SMP, made by the creator Gravel. And I was playing Eggman on that server, messing with Chalubi. so I liked our banter on that server. I loved our banter on that server, so I invited Dark to our server. And then I forgot Lemon, did you apply or did I find you off TikTok?
You want the backstory? I know it like the back of my hand.
Yeah, tell me.
Oh my god.
I was part of a SMP.
Oh, I remember.
No, sit down. I was part of an SMP. A lot of stuff happened to it. Me and my friend group departed from it. We made our own server right when Create came out. If you played any mod pack with me, I love Create. I invited to the server 2 very specific people, that being Taya and Danny. Both these people were in Willow. Both these people grabbed me, put me into a GC and said, "Hey, we got an idea for you." And I was like, "Hold on, where's this going?" They told me to apply to Willow. I apply, and then I get added to a charity event. I've never once done charity. I'm gonna read one of the messages that I sent because I fucking am stupid. During this charity event, I get teamed up with Enzo and Bush, and I'm terrified because one, Bush is lying about his age on the internet right now. And
First
two,
off, I'm 1 year older. I'm 1 year older.
and two, like, you know, these are the owners of Willow, so I'm like, oh, I gotta put on a good. I have not changed, and I was like, oh, I have to put on a good show so that they, for some reason, want me. The entire time they're like, I don't know if you're gonna be a good fit or not. They already decided to add me and didn't tell me this. Until the very end, when Enzo just walked up to me and said, "Oh yeah, just check your DMs later." But one of the main reasons I got in is because I paid a donation to the Trevor Project. What I meant to say was, I just got paid today, yippee. Instead I put, I just got laid today, yippee.
And so couldn't stop laughing.
So it got screenshotted.
Awesome.
It's sent to Enzo, and with the tag of like, "Damn, he's really happy about it." And thus, my reputation as the horniest dog has started. I got put into Willow 1.
I've ever heard of that. That's fucking awesome.
Willow 1,
Holy.
day 1. I got led into a basement with Candy.
Oh,
I met Pizzas, which is Jesus Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh.
I met Spamton, and me and Bush went AFK for an hour on both of our streams. Within one day, I had a good portion of the Chaos Emeralds for some reason. And it just kept working. And then I got removed, and I was like, I don't want to do Minecraft lore ever again.
and here he is spending 72
Yeah, and then I got
hours.
grabbed by the scruff, and it was like, no, you're gonna be a writer. You remember how much you like D&D? You're gonna write for us now. And I was like, okay. And then, just to keep the record up, I got to meet amazing people like Kairos and MC and Hyatt's Hunter. We hit our quota.
The fairy appeared.
Wait, we hit our
Your
quota.
DMs.
You mean
Yeah.
we hit our... That's the wrong fucking... We hit our quota.
Oh,
We hit our fucking quota. Hey!
we
Hey.
got the
Terrible
Hits
color. Hold
Hunter
on.
mention
Why'd I
on the
make it?
pod.
Why'd I make it fucking piss? Hold on.
What did
What?
Hold on. I'm
I
making
guess
it...
it's deep down inside.
Hey Hunter,
That you
Hunter,
can't
what's
even read
up? Here's your mention for the pod.
You know, I was saving this for something else because there's a different topic we're going into, but fuck. I guess I'm just putting this up now. Yeah, make them red.
Bush, am I allowed to reveal trade secrets?
That depends what the trade secrets are.
So the admin team has talked about a lot of you a lot. I'm not going to go into details.
Yes,
Like-
MC, even
Great.
you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you guys
Put the emoji in the chat.
Huh? We've talked about you guys, and there's some things in motion soon.
Hang on, let me.
Oh,
Why are your hands so fluid? That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm so
but,
sorry.
To go back on everything, ever since I got Willow, honestly, a lot of what is happening right now, I recommend talking to Enzo Lemon about early Willow 1, Willow 2 days. It really, honestly, a lot of what was happening is just a repeat, how me and Enzo went through with you guys, because yeah, like I said, my ambition is too good for my own good. I have an idea. I'm gonna do it, even though I need to like kind of slow down and everything. But to answer the question of how I got back into it, I kind of was just thrown into it. It's just like it's just been my life ever since, and I never really looked back. That's why it's such an exciting life for me. It's like I met Lemon off the server, I met Cass off the server, I met you guys off the server, and with my need to continue to make more and more projects, it's how I met essentially everybody that's been in the project right now. And I remember how I met everybody too. It's just really funny. Actually, one of my fondest memories with Cass is I put him in a bedrock box during CC1.
Wow.
That's
There seems to be a lot of
true.
bedrock boxes.
There is a lot of bedrock.
I got
boxes.
blocked.
Psychopath.
Yeah, even
What am I-
all the way back then, Bush was messing with me.
Yeah. One of my fondest memories with Lemon was he took an arrow for Dark. No, not for Dark. It was Angel that took it. Who was it? I forgot. Was it Angel that took an arrow for you?
I think so.
I think so. And then another one I remember was like you becoming a real boy. With
We're
the
gonna leak
underground-
Willow 4 things if we talk about this too much.
I'm being careful because it is.
You know what? No,
Willow
I'm gonna
1.
give the reveal. The character I played in Willow 1 will be showing up soon.
Oh.
Teehee.
I have no idea who you played in Willow 1. I'm
Yeah,
gonna look
yeah,
that
me-
up. But yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Interesting.
you've met him.
Oh, type shit. I am the meter after all.
You are the meter.
Yeah,
You-
you are. You're the
True,
meter.
true.
MEATER.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Talk
What
about
are we
that.
saying?
One of my fondest memories with Kairos is actually the first fight with Kronos.
my
And
God.
then for MC just aura farmed the entire season. I'm gonna be honest, during beta craft, I did not interact with that guy.
I
as
had
much.
0 character development. I was only Orifar.
Okay,
That's
I'm gonna
so
go into this
funny.
because this goes into a topic soon we're gonna talk about, which I have an idea of like kind of like a game we can play that involves characters, but this
Oh my God.
motherfucker MC, I pretty much dragged this motherfucker around because he's shy, and I was like, brother, you better show your true talents. And then CC2 came along, and then Nightfall happened, and yeah, he showed what he can fucking do. But we're talking about
Even then.
characters, you know. Even then, right?
Even then, my
was thinking we
character
could
was
do-
like super antisocial.
Huh.
Anyway,
Right. Even then, with we've seen a fuck ton of characters that have come around. So we have what, if my math is correct, 5 people here. How do we like to do a
I'm
little
sorry.
bit
You
of a
need to
twist?
count that.
Oh, my fucking bad, dude. Shit.
I hope
Fuck
you
me.
can count it on your hand, man.
1, 2, 3. I would like to play a little game that's also kind of
I don't like
a
this.
you get to pick kind of thing, but you can't pick what other people pick.
I don't
So
like this.
something that we haven't done on the podcast is try to do some little fun games. So right here on the spot, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. This could cause some controversy. Who cares? You're going to pick 2 characters from projects that you've met them on throughout Willow Media as characters you genuinely did not expect to like so much as you do now, and or just blew you away. You get to only pick 2 characters specifically. But
You're evil.
here's the thing. Depending on the order we go, you're not allowed to repeat what somebody else said. And I'm picking the order.
Oh,
And I'm
God.
specifically putting Lemon at the back.
Oh,
Just because
fuck
I
you.
feel like evil. and
You are fucked up and evil.
I'm specifically putting MC at the very, very front. So MC, well, we'll start with you, buddy. What are 2 characters over your time between Betacraft and, of course, CC2, because I know that's the 2 servers you've played on, that genuinely was just, it spoke to you kind of thing? What are 2 characters? Oh boy, here we go. See, this is why I like putting people on the spot. For the audio listeners, he has a thumbs up currently.
Number 1. Sylvana. I had literally never met Queenie before. So yeah, that's a surprise. Now I actually have to think.
You got a couple options.
What's
but
the current order, real quick, just to make sure?
We're gonna go. Ooh, how do I do this? We're gonna go MC, Bush, me, Kaz, Lemon. I think that's a
What
perfect
the
order.
You hate me and Kaz.
Well, I know
God.
you two. I know you two have a lot, so I'm gonna make it a little bit easier.
I get more thinking time. I'm still
Yeah.
willing.
What was
Now,
the question
audio.
again?
What are two
my-
characters that like pretty much blew you out the park when it came to character writing? That's a better way to put it. Or like your favorite characters specifically. And it cannot be your own. I should probably put that on the board.
Hey, what's up, Kairos?
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up,
I
Connor
actually-
Valentine?
Hey man, I should probably see that one coming. I can't lie.
Yeah, those are my two. There you go.
What was the second? Sorry.
My character, Connor Valentine or Rose Demon.
Got it.
We're not allowed to
Okay.
repeat. Hold on, I need to write these.
We're not
down.
allowed
You're
to-
welcome.
Yeah, you're not allowed to repeat. So write
Good
those down.
idea.
both
I'm
Sharpie.
stealing
You're
that.
welcome. There. Hey.
Write them down. To kind of go into a little bit more on those two characters, of course, I'm not gonna go glaze myself. But Queenie, who this is CC2 was Queenie's first project. I kind of dragged Queenie with me from Labyrinth after I seen the incredible character work Queenie can do. Genuinely amazing like character development with Queenie. You know, I know she had a little bit of a hard time getting started with CC2, but over time and being able to soften up and to what Sylvana became by the end of CC2, probably one of my favorite characters after CC2 was just being able to see how much improvement the character, not only the character, but the person themselves had when it came as like being a writer and being able to do a lot of lore and whatnot. Very, very awesome person, the Queenie Boo. And then of course me, I'm not going to glaze myself. I did okay, I guess.
God, okay, I'm
You
annoyed by
created
this now.
horrors.
I'm annoyed by this because like I had like 3 characters instantly come to my mind. I know it's my first definitive one, but it's the second one where I'm like, shoot, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I could go off with my first character. My first character is Rena. I think.
Ooh.
Whoa.
That's
I-
crazy. Wait, what?
Whoa.
I'm shocked. Whoa, hold on now. I want to hear this.
Just to make sure I understood the question right? Like the character who I like the most and like who has like changed throughout the course of the series, right? Just to make sure.
Yeah. The character building, the character writing of that character and whatnot. You know.
Rena. Okay. Rena has always been such a compelling character to me based on their philosophies and based on their roles in the story. Because Rena became very prominent when Willow 3 came around. And I don't think they were in season 1 of Cons of Craft, but Rena, the reason why I like Rena is because it's this character having to be stuck in an endless cycle of like having to see people die, which in my opinion makes her one of the most compelling characters because she has to constantly adapt to the ever-changing landscape of like the people she interacts to, the situation she has to get into. For her being the literal goddess of death, there comes a lot of merits that come with having to deal with your emotions, deal with that role that has been presented to you. Rena's character has changed a ton from when I first met them on season 3 all the way to season 2. Because I think this is based on my own. They didn't care for people during season 3, but as the series progressed, Rena's feelings towards people and towards people she really cares and love about changed a lot. And with this is the same Rena from the original Willow timeline and this current timeline. It was interesting to really see a character who's been a part of these two like timelines have so much character and development weight behind them. And it's if I got put onto a podium, I think like I think Rena will be my number 1 character. That has always been incredible to watch. Roselle's performance on Rena is fantastic, by the way. The way she's able to really hone in her emotions on this character really makes me sad because she does such a great job about it. And the interaction she had like, yeah, she rage baited me to hell, but Rena as a character it's compelling on how she interacts with other deities and gods, how she interacted with the admin, how she interacted with Herobrine, how she interacted with the characters around her, how much she meant to a lot of people. Like, because the biggest trap a lot of people can fall into, or a biggest trap that a lot of people can interpret of a character is that they're known for one thing. Like, I'm gonna take Ymir for an example, if you don't mind. Or Lemon, you can talk about Ymir real quick. Of like the trap people have fell into him, or like what they thought his character was supposed to be, other than how you interpret him.
Ymir is this fucking like nameless, like boundless entity that's just kind of like oh yeah, I have a boss. I just have to do certain things. And then people boiled that character down to, he's the one who makes deals, guys. You want magic powers, you go to Ymir. And I'm like, you guys are trusting this shady fucker that stopped time.
Oh, great heavens.
Sure. This won't have
Great.
repercussions.
This won't have
That
repercussions
shady
at all.
fucker was my own. What do you mean?
Yeah, but to get back on track, like Rena is much more than the goddess of death. She is a mom. She's a mom. She's a partner. She's a pillar of hope for a lot of people. She's caring. She has a job and responsibility to do. She has all these emotions. She's not just, oh, you die, all right, I'm gonna take you to the afterlife. No, Rena's way more than that, and that's why Rena has always been my favorite character for the two timelines and for the story that is continuing. For my second character, I'm stuck between two, man.
Pick one.
God.
I will say as well, be evil. You can steal one that you
Be
know somebody
evil.
here will want to use.
No, because of these two were these two have been,
You're just
like,
trying to make Lemon suffer.
There's like no, okay, there's a total of 3. Because Rena was always gonna be my first option, but the 3 I'm thinking of because they were all I'm gonna go with Hero. I think Hero
You bastard.
Oh no.
Yep.
Hero, Hell, when I first met a god, meeting Hell was quite the experience, dude. Hell reached out to me I think during week 2 of Beta Craft on Twitter, and it was this goofy animation of them asking to be let in. And I thought their character was gonna be just this background character type for the longest time. But my expectations were subverted. Hero went from what I originally thought was this goofy character to probably one of the most stoic, most compelling, like, characters I got kicked out because my game lasted too long. That's stupid. But proceeding, Hero went from this character who didn't understand emotions to grasping what emotions are. One of my favorite moments, I think, throughout season 2 of Constant Craft is Hero learning hate, because it was this character who had such a compassion and compelled for his friends, for him to feel this new emotion, which is essentially hate, and feel this distaste for this god character, and for him to just beat the hell out of him, had to be one of the most satisfying and most compelling character arcs I have seen. Because this guy, like, for a guy who doesn't have emotions, he has a lot of emotions. For someone who claims he doesn't, one of my favorite moments was with Faded and Molly. This guy recognized a pattern of issues, and his solution was to eliminate that pattern of issues. And that probably had to be one of the most compelling arcs I've seen on the story, because it created character conflict. I adore Hero as a character. I adore Hero's character journey, and I'm so excited for his journey into Willow 4, because from a character who I thought was going to be a CAG character, like I told Hal this, I hated the first iteration of Hero because of the noise he produced, because it gave a lot of people headaches. That got toned down so much for season 2, which I'm so grateful for. But for this character, who I thought was going to be such a joke character, ended up being one of my favorite and most compelling characters for the entire series. So if I have to go, it's like Rena first for me, then Hero second.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. I guess it's my turn now. Oh boy. I mean, I'll go ahead and give you my fucking first one. I mean, it says it on here. Hits Hunter.
That's not a character.
Well, okay, Ace. Let me put it like that. Ace. When it comes to being able to interact with Ace, I did not know what to expect. But over time, learning Ace and learning how Hunter kind of manages and works his characters, it is genuinely so easy to be able to do any type of fucking storyline with Ace. I mean, like, Hunter is so open with his characters, and his writing, when it comes to his processes and like how he just is open to do shit, it's so just easy to go on the flow with the guy, right? And you don't really have to plan anything with him. He just knows how to like portray Ace in such a way that just works, right? And I know we didn't get to see Ace too much during CC2, but goddamn is Ace just such a good character in my opinion. And the arcs that Ace have had been pretty damn good, I'd say, you know. And I know Hunter puts a lot of pressure on himself when it comes to that, but he does a damn good fucking job at it. And in my second character, I'm gonna go a little bit of an interesting route here, which I don't think a lot of you will expect me to pick this person, but I'm gonna go C, Angel Shibe's character, specifically during Betacraft, because I did not get to interact with C much during CC2, but during Betacraft, C was generally the first person who opened my eyes to the batshit crazy writing a person can do for their character. The amount of care someone can do and the amount of research somebody can do for the character. I remember the first time I met Angel during lore, we went on the flow, had a great lore session, and after we had a 3-hour call just talking about characters, and I was sat there wow. That's what I aspire to be, that's how I aspire to write such a character, and being able to see C's growth during Betacraft in general, it was fucking incredible, and I'm excited to see what Angel does with C in the future. C is definitely up there for characters of mine that I really have enjoyed being able to do lore with, as well as being able to just experience what they can do, But yeah, those are mine too. And now we segue on to Kaz.
Oh shit, it's my turn. Let me park my character in Mar Arrival. Okay, so I've got a couple. I reached a bit far back for this one, but I think the first I'm gonna have to give is Ellie. And this is
Ellie!
Like I said before, I try to get involved with the story, and Ellie is one of the people who got me the most involved with the ending, and it led to an entire other character dynamic in Willow 3 soon following. So when it came to Ellie's character is one of the ones who helped seal Herobrine for that century in between Consolecraft and Willow Season 3. And my little chud self was there, and Ellie was like, I'm gonna pick you up by the scruff and you're gonna help fight this battle with me. You're gonna help fight Herobrine, and we're gonna have an emotional moment where you have to longingly say goodbye to my character as I'm trapped away. And it was crazy to just be picked up like that and thrown in, because keep in mind, to that point, Ellie had been an amazing writer to work with, and actually was one of the first people I created. I was playing CC Corey at the time, but it was one of the first people that my character actually had a large bond with. And I'm personally, when it comes to writing, character interactions and character relations are part of what make a story so compelling to me. So to have that in this project was incredible. But then following, there was a continuing character dynamic, and Ellie's just a fantastic writer, because instead of their character coming back, it was a variant of that character who had just no memories of the events that had taken place. And it was very important because in Consolecraft, our characters, I played the son and Ellie played the father. And then when you look at Willow 3, that role had gone away and it just became two best friends looking out for each other because this was a new person. But it was such compelling lore, and Ellie always has a way to get involved with the story. They care so deeply about it. They have such incredible ideas about it that also drag other players in. And that's what happened to me. Phenomenal writing, and I think it was there's a lot of great, the conflict between Ellie's character and Herobrine was one that I'm very interested in. And that continued in Consolecraft Anniversary, where we told a new father-son story, and crazy cast of people that told that story with made it very interesting, made it very unique. And that's actually a really good segue to the second person I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Spoopy for the next one.
You bastard! You fucking bitch!
We're taking all of Lemon's characters.
I didn't dig deep.
What I wanted.
This is all Kairos' fault, by the way.
I had to do
100%.
the duo.
I took Hero. You took Wit.
Yeah, but dude, Wit was such an incredible character in Consolecraft Anniversary, because Consolecraft Anniversary was a whole different ballpark, because it felt like Consolecraft, but I actually knew what I was doing. And that was an incredible, like, people's random improv when it came to my character and my own story I was telling, of just like being a little robot who glitched out and was like kind of a little bit cocky, but he still had a good heart. But I would just be like dragged along into like all these things, or I would let people's character have an effect on mine if they came up with like a bright enough idea. And Spoopy is one who continuously saw me engaging in like improv. And his thought was always, okay, what can I do in this scene? What can my character do to, like, help aid this character in this scene? What can I do to change the way the story is going? And because of that, it led to a lot of, like, because keep in mind, I didn't know Spoopy. This is a random person I'm talking to on this Minecraft SMP, and we're both doing lore. But it led to a lot of moments where I would open the opportunity for a mechanic, or somebody who could help with machinery, because I was playing a robot. Spoopy always delivered. Always delivered when my character was in need. And because of that, a relationship was built between those two. And it made Wit's death very heartbreaking. And Spoopy went about that in such a great way. The constant build-up that he was doing every day to this plot, as you could, like, the changes he would do to his skin to show, like, the withering effect on his character. I loved it. I admire it. You can really tell when somebody cares about the story and puts a lot of effort into it. Spoopy is one of those people who put a lot of effort into their character and into the writing of it. And I honestly thought it was going to be like a one and done thing. I thought it was just like, that was the only time I was really going to interact with Spoopy. But then he came into Consolecraft 2, and the character dynamic that we had in that scene, it kept going, and it took a new turn. As, Spoopy is so good at the writing that he does, and he took a completely different, like, turn with a story. And you know you're a good writer when your character can affect several other characters within a series. So that's why I'm giving it to Spoopy.
Yeah, valid. I know I didn't personally get to do a lot of lore with Spoopy, but I seen what Spoopy did, and I was like, God damn. I'm very, very happy I got to meet Spoopy through all of this, because I don't think Spoopy was not on Betacraft, is that correct?
No.
I gotcha. But yeah, no. Pretty damn good picks.
And we finally move on.
Without least Lemon Cardboard. Hi, Lemon.
Oh, I could throw a wrench in some things right now. Let's start off with the one that I think affected me personally the most. I mean, I'm pairing them together technically. Echo and Eek.
Eek!
I hate these fucking bastards. They got me to like Minecraft roleplay again. Echo, I had to play a character that was a mentor character that had to step up for his adopted family. Kaz, playing Echo, constantly hammered home, like, no matter how far you think you are, you're not too far, like, gone yet. And having that constantly on back burner, I had to sit here and be like, well, now I have to be a better writer, because I wanted this fucker dead in a ditch. So then I have to go and be like, okay, I can't kill him yet. I'm planning on killing him. I'm not gonna tell people I'm gonna kill this fucker. And then I have to blame Cass because I'm like, I need to do it. I need to do it justice, because all these people now, it's like I'm surrounded by too many talented people. And Echo, just the way you cultivate an audience and get people to care, and it's like watching you go from like, I'm gonna listen to orders to, no, I need to do my own thing. I don't trust you guys right now. Was so fun to watch. Even into like when you did the blooming, it's like, this will probably be bad, but I need to do it for myself. And the second one, fuck. Oh god, who can I pick?
I have like two names in my head I think you're going to.
I'm not gonna be stereotypical. I'm not gonna pick Osiris because ooh. I'm not gonna pick any of my characters because that'd be facetious.
Neither of those are what I was thinking.
I'm waiting for one that I think you are going to pick. I'd be shocked if you don't. But then again, hey, you don't know.
Who? In my good old heart of heart, because like I was gonna do Spoofy because like when he was so fucking important in Cast took him, I was gonna talk about Savannah, but MC's a bastard.
Blame him. Yeah. Blame him.
You're pointing at Bush for me, so yes, I will blame Bush.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here.
You know what? Connor.
Connor!
wow.
Oh
Blew me
my!
out of the water.
Ooh.
That one surprised me. Holy!
Okay.
'Cause Connor in CCA was the first bridge and the first push to like do better. No matter Etchnos saw Connor leaking void and said, I'm gonna drink whatever's coming out of your face for not only science, but I know what's gonna happen. So he could buy more time to like save people. And the fact that Connor was like, yeah, fuck it, that happens, let's go. And it just kept happening. Connor was such a, I think, integral to the story as a backbone. To where like a lot of stuff couldn't have happened if Connor wasn't in CCA specifically. I think that's, yeah.
There you go.
Who did
Yeah,
you think I
no.
was gonna pick?
Yeah, there you go.
I wouldn't know. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't know because there's so many characters.
Alligator
to pick
space.
from.
Yep, I was gonna say the same thing. Inner space.
The Kipper and
Yeah.
Hopscotch and
Kip, I love Kipper so much.
I know you do. Why do you think I'm shocked?
Because I didn't want to. I would never let you read to me. You can't read me. I'm too.
I mean,
late.
I would say
You can't read
real
me.
quick.
Mhm.
There have been a fuck ton of characters. Just because we didn't mention a character here does not mean we fucking hate the guy. No.
Oh yeah, no. There's
there's
like
been
You
so
so you
many
hate me
fucking characters.
specific.
and you
I
hate
have a
me.
list of characters
Like,
I
there's
adore.
roughly
there's
there's
so many
roughly
characters.
over the years. There's I like let's say everybody played 2 characters on CC2, right? That's 80 characters. So like some played 6, like me and Lemon, but there's like roughly over 100 characters,
Yeah.
probably 200 over the span of like 3 years. So it's
like-
just
Xavier, Hopscotch, Shoot and Holler, Kipper Jester, fucking Bumbles. Like
Fucking
there were so many
Bumbles.
good. There were so many
Oh.
good characters this season.
yeah, Morella. There was like
Morella.
Morella.
Oh my God.
Morella was shot. Like Morella. Was,
Max.
yeah.
Morella.
Max,
Yeah.
yeah, Victor, Xavier. God, dude, there's so many.
I grew to like Cherry. I did
Yeah.
not like
Cherry.
Cherry at
Oh,
first.
yeah,
Cherry made their
Cherry.
stories so compelling because, like, in character, I'm like, "You're stuck here. Stop talking about going on vacation." But like out of character, I'm like, "Where is this going?" And then I got
Yeah.
hooked, and it kept getting better. and I was
And
like,
the
"Damn."
I would
Big fan. I
imagine
was a
the
Cherry fan
election
from the
was
start.
one of my favorite. I know elections are overdone, but the election arc was amazing because it let so many people take initiative into like player initiative that wasn't admin
Uh-huh.
initiative.
I have things to say.
Let's
to you
talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about this real quick.
Oh,
Oh
no,
boy.
wait for it,
Oh
wait for it.
boy.
The mayor
Oh,
election happens, right? And the admin team did not know about this. We did not get told. It was just happening, and it got brought to the admin team. And you know what our first thought was? Let's let them enjoy it. You know, the players are doing their own thing. And the first message I sent is, guys, as the admin team, we should not get involved. I don't think any of the admins or any of our characters should be in the election because it's a player-led thing. Bush, within 5 minutes, makes a campaign for the admin. Who's his running mate? It's Ashley now. I was talking to Leo about this.
Dude, I need to say, when we were in that call from you telling Bush not to run, bro started bringing up Ashley, and you're just like, now wait a minute, you're going somewhere.
Well, because I thought it was a bit.
Wait a
I thought it was a bit. Because I was like, oh,
I
yeah,
get it.
that'd be really funny.
So
The
Oh,
high
no.
college
I have
student.
something to confess on this as well. So, me and Queenie, like out of character, thought it'd be a really funny idea to make banners for the admin for the election. So all the banners you saw at spawn was the product of actually me, Queenie, and MC because the admin
Wow.
the admin duped the banners. So we're like, let's get on the admin's good side. Fucking hundreds of banners
So-
at spawn.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
understand that the people running the campaign too were like, yeah, I thought we were gonna keep admins out of this.
so I'm gonna talk on that
This is
actually.
great.
So I'm actually gonna talk on this actually. So the admin was originally gonna stay out of it. It wasn't, and I was gonna completely be like, okay, you guys do your own thing. It wasn't until like 4 of the candidates were like, hey, what are the chances the admin could be partake in it? And I even looked at them, and I'm like, are you sure? Like I'm not gonna rig it, but are you sure you want him to be like a participant? And they're like, yeah, I feel like that would be a compelling story for our characters. So I'm like, okay,
Back to
sure.
Bush is allowed to say no. But it's not.
It was such. Well, the thing is
know about this, man.
it seemed like it was such a fun idea. That's kind of what it was. Like the ideas were so fun. That's why I just didn't say no to it. Like, I knew the admin wasn't gonna win. That was a given, and I wasn't gonna rig it. But it was so fun for what the story was gonna take to characters. And it really, and for the Beacon, and that's what I'm talking about, the Beacon Town group, it gave them such a compelling story with the admin that's why I had no problem doing it. Yeah, the admin wasn't originally gonna do it, but everybody really wanted him to be a part of it. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Hey, actually, you want to be my running mate?
Calls me at work, by the way. I work at a hospital. He calls
it
me
goes-
at work.
It goes back to what I said way earlier. It's some of the changes is because it was on a whim, which it was never to disregard anybody, but the long-term effects that it did have really led for more compelling story arcs.
I don't want to get in a fight on this podcast, so I will
That's-
hold my
that being
tongue.
the thing that comes out of your mouth is crazy, actually.
Because I have my own opinions that are morally correct.
Mhm.
Well,
No, I can't argue. It did lead to compelling storytelling. I'm not going to argue on that point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue the fact that the admin should have the admin probably shouldn't have been a part of it, but the long-term effects.
I'm just happy Herobrine was dead by then.
Oh yeah, no, he was gonna die. He needed to die. It goes back to the decisions I did was never out of malice, but it was out of wanting to have as many people feel compelled. What do you mean?
I would like to bring forth. I need to stray away from this topic.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
There was a
Okay,
debate
all right.
on the server. If anybody here knows the great
You're
debate
gonna talk about
of
the gun?
what came first, the chicken or the egg? Me and Bush had a similar debate of what came first. The fact that he threw meteors at some fucker's house, or the fact that I turned on fire
God,
spread.
I remember that.
I thought you were talking about the
I
gun
think everybody
incident.
remembers
No,
that.
no, I don't
No,
care.
not about
I'm saying my piece finally. I did nothing wrong. You threw the meteor. You shot the
What do you
gun.
mean?
You
What do you
lit the
mean
match back
finally?
up.
What do you mean? I need you to know you got both of you guys said your pieces very loud in front of everybody that day.
Oh
What
no,
do you mean,
because I don't
finally?
think you understand. Me and
Oh,
Bush stepped
fucking
away and we're like,
loud.
we need to go make this a yelling match for no reason, and we both locked in.
That's so,
So I
funny.
can talk about this. So I never told anybody this, but I had fire spreads off, and I was under the assumption that all right, no one's gonna turn this one feature back on because on multiple servers people have fire spreads off. To my surprise, Lemon turned it back on. So when I realized somebody's house was on fire, I was like, oh shoot, this wasn't supposed to happen. And then it became a whole debate of he lit the match back on fire. I poured a gasoline, he lit the match.
So here's the problem with that. The fact is, you threw meteors at somebody's house. They sat there for a day, and you didn't decide to put them out. You thought, yeah, leave them on fire. So when I
Because-
go, yeah, I'm gonna burn down the Minecraft sign, the tradition for every single server like this now. I suddenly get a message: Lemon people's houses are on fire. Fuck you mean their houses are on fire?
Loving their houses
I'm
are on
lighting a
fire.
Minecraft sign on fire. What did you do, Bush? Well, listen, and I get hit with this. Somehow they're just on fire, man. And I go, okay, whose house is it? Of course, we go there. Love. It's
It was
Mayhem's.
Mayhem's house.
Yeah, Mayhem's house on fire. And I go, hey, Bush, isn't this the house where you threw meteors not too long ago? And I get the slowest turn ever and go, I don't know what you're talking about. This happens so fucking often on this server. It is unheard of.
He was always nuking Beacon Town, bro. It's on everybody's streams too, several, you're just throwing
Yeah,
meteors
so
at
the only
Beacon
reason why
Town.
the only reason why I did
You
the meteor
knew.
shower, the only reason why I did the meteor shower is because I was under the expectation that fire spreads was never going to be turned on. Hey, Lemon, everything's on fire.
Yeah, and everything just it only got worse.
You know, I'd like to add my piece to this.
Okay.
I think the houses became pretty fire
And with
Okay.
that, this
Become
is
your
the
new
last
co-host.
episode. Kairos is on the podcast.
No. Hey. Let's.
I'm bringing Hunter in as the new co-host.
Ah,
I was gonna say I've heard you've swapped co-hosts before. Like I'd like to put my hat in the ring.
No,
Oh.
Hey now. Hey,
well, maybe we'll hold an
look,
election.
This is my family, bro. I gotta support a family with this man. I'm making a.
I was like so good.
What
I
do you
kinda
mean
wanna
you're
tie it-
supporting the family?
Yeah. At the end of the day, me and Lemon laugh about it, but let's talk about one favorite thing. Let's talk about the gun argument. Because that is my favorite conversation.
I won.
What's up?
The Kryptonite one.
Yes.
Kryptonite con conversation.
So
Yeah, the one where you were
my-
actively stupid
God.
in.
okay, to everybody in the call, the Golden Gauntlet does what to the admin?
It hurts the admin.
Correct. How? How does it hurt?
My
him?
touch.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna keep that sentiment real quick.
Yeah.
So the admin therefore cannot come in contact with the Golden Gauntlet. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because he would be
let's
hurt.
continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We'll hear his side of it, and you guys will see what mental hurdles we have to jump through.
I want
I'm-
Bush to
I'm
go
listening.
First, though.
Okay,
Go on,
you
Bush.
want me to go first?
Go on, Bush.
So,
Yes.
so the biggest thing is, so I'm stupid. That's a given, right? So
Mhm.
things kind of need to be written down. So my interpretation of the gauntlet was somebody had to use it, aka it's where I used the gun analogy, where somebody had to use it as a gun to weaken the admin. And that was the sentiment that I ran with. That's why I never really bat an eye. It wasn't until Queenie, who was playing Savannah, for some reason just gave up the gauntlet because they didn't want to fight the admin. Okay, cool. That's totally understandable. So I put in the server thing being like, the admin has a golden gauntlet. And then I was rewatching Lemon stream, and I think he even typed in a chat being like, I'm getting so ready to lawyer this stuff.
Oh yeah, no, rules lawyer this because you're like, yeah, the admin has a Golden Gauntlet himself now, and I'm like, no, he doesn't.
And then we had a moment to brief. It's on stream. It's on Kaz's stream. But like in Lemon stream, if that VOD is still up, if he saved any of his VODs.
My
No,
phone
we-
stream, so-
No, that wasn't a diss.
think
That
it was
wasn't a
on-
diss.
I think it was on part of Dark Stream.
Yeah,
Bro,
but you
stream at the time.
can see it in its fullest on Lemon stream, where it's like on Kaz's stream, where it's like, all right, well, let's sit down and let's talk about this. We go on a whole 30-minute conversation. This is downtime is at 11, so it's in an hour from now, where we are all having a conversation of like, all right, so I never really saw the Golden Gauntlet as kryptonite. I saw it as a gun. And apparently that was the worst thing to say because you're like, Bush. Why would it be a gun? He has touched it. He has done nothing. Why would he ever use that as a gun? And I was like, well, to be honest, we never explored that option.
We did, by the way. We did it in the
I
secret
just
room.
need you. I need you to know because we said you couldn't touch it. You can touch a gun. So I really want to figure out why you're so like gun ho about it's a gun, as you proudly exclaimed on stream.
You know, a better argument would have been maybe even like a fucking sword, but you decided a gun.
Yeah,
The thing
that
is-
actually would have been
Like
better.
a sword would have been a better argument. My thing about the gauntlet, right, is the entire gauntlet itself is that material that I guess hurts the admin. I don't know.
Correct.
It's made out of the entire material. So a gun argument just doesn't make sense there because like the entire gauntlet's made out of what hurts the admin. If
But,
it
like,
had
I
like a
didn't
handle, then I'd understand the argument, right?
But I didn't see it as I said, I didn't see it as
Well,
Right.
the exact same argument we had. Where I
Right.
had put down chairs so we could talk about this for an hour
I remember
straight.
that.
So, I had to argue with Bush that no, the admin cannot pick up the Golden Gauntlet. He probably just sent it to Bedrock because, he's not supposed to be able to touch it. It takes away his powers if he touches it. It'd make no sense for him to touch it. Yeah, but they didn't pull the trigger. Bush, the fuck do you mean? This goes on
like-
for a little too long.
The
by
metaphorical trigger.
It does. Because, like,
Boom,
I'm
boom,
sitting here
yellow.
trying to figure out what do you mean by that? Are we talking about the bullet or the gun?
the
Because
bullet.
now your
like, so,
analogy's in two pieces when the gauntlet
because
is one
this is
piece.
how I
so we're getting
because
further
the
away.
punch because the punch is the bullet, the gauntlet is the gun.
Yeah, see, why?
and that was what I ran with for the rest for the longest time till we had that conversation. Because to be very honest, I wasn't expecting Queenie to kind of just, all right, admin, here's the Golden Gauntlet. Huh? I wasn't expecting to get this.
Well, to give Queenie some like backup here, Sylvana had nothing else. Sylvana thought she was gonna fucking like get slimed out because she didn't have Osiris in time. So like she was like, you know what? What's the one thing I can give the admin that the admin like could like look into to save my ass? And that was the Golden Gauntlet, right? Now, of course, I'm pretty sure it did work. I just think half that shit got retconned because, of course, I mean, you know, the admin can't really hold the Golden Gauntlet.
It was never something I really fully thought about. So when I got when I got the kryptonite,
surprise!
If only you remembered kryptonite existed a little bit sooner.
Yeah. That would be the hope you'd think.
It was smart on Sylvana's end because it's like, who cares? Sylvana didn't really care what happened at that point. Sylvana wasn't even planning on trying to hurt the admin at that point. So it was smart on Sylvana's part. The admin's part, however, he should have kind of realized, I can't even touch this shit. Oops.
Yeah, and
damn,
I really
he needs like a no. The
crazy.
admin needs like a paper towel to hold the thing.
No.
Needs his oven mitts.
Motherfucker needs some oven mitts.
This.
We love the Golden Gauntlet.
No, we do not.
Cool.
Okay, because like, last behind the scenes thing, you guys don't understand the headache that is like, okay, our players got the gauntlets, so what should they do? And we had to sit there and be like, what do you mean, what should they do? I thought we had this written out. Nah, but like, how should we code this in? And I had to sit there and I'm like, that's not my department, dog. Or the famous snowball incident.
The snowball. There's so many incidents we could talk about. The snowball incident where the snowball launcher crashed the server, and we had to change the.
That's no. If you had a CPM model that was above, I believe, 5 megabytes, if anybody used the snowball launcher, it would crash only your game. So people with intricate models like Kaz or me, gone, erased from reality.
Damn! I should have done that a long time ago. The admin probably.
My perfect invention. It crashes the whole game.
My evil plan.
Why didn't I think of this? The admin probably. There was like, I think another one of my favorite moments was probably what was it? The Sunshine Institute, the lag fest that guy gave, which was really funny to me, because so he broke at the end when people killed him, so he just started like hitting it for some reason.
Yeah.
He just started twerking for some reason.
I got 12 DMs from 12 different people about that, and I can't tell you.
It?
No, about him breaking like the game.
All right.
I had multiple people come to my DMs being like, "Hey, Lemon, did you know this is happening?" I'm at work still, like in my scrubs. I looked at my phone. I was like, "I'm good." I just put it down for the rest of the day.
Yeah, no, that's valid. I can't fucking imagine working in a goddamn hospital. Oh, there goes my microphone. Seeing like fucking DMs about Minecraft lore and just being like, yeah, you know what? I'm good today. I think
I was
I'm
like, "Yeah, Bush got this. He can handle this." I logged in. It still was not dealt with.
alright.
It was the reason why it's like it was lag. It's like the data pack could not handle. We're gonna opt out. We're next if like Willow 4 will not have a data pack or utility engine, and we're gonna.
Everybody clip it. Everybody clip that he said it right now.
Yes!
Everybody right now.
It's on the
It will not
podcast.
have it at all.
It's on the podcast.
I scared him. I'm sorry.
Oh, where'd he go?
He was never heard from again.
Where did he go?
Power of me saying clip it. He got flashed.
We need the little intermission of.
We can go back to
No, we
the,
need-
the
yeah, we
hear me
need
out
some-
kick.
Oh. Say what?
Getting my ass beaten by Rivals.
Why are you playing
I was supposed to
Rivals? That's your
I'm
problem.
playing.
I was supposed
I'm playing
to
Overwatch right
stop
now.
playing Rivals
Oh,
at
go back.
some point, but then I just realized I can talk really well while playing Rivals.
No, same
so-
here. I'm currently winning a comp match right now.
Oh, I'm
I've been
straight
so
losing
invested
for that.
in staring at IMSU.
No,
Yeah.
same here. I've actually been staring at the lemon cardboard profile picture. You know, very
That's
new,
a
very,
mistake.
very new. Oh,
That's not.
Which camera
that's
is that?
annoying.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, so here's the hear me out kick.
we're back to the hear me out.
I'm
What is
case.
still-
this for, by the way?
I'm still
Why do you
freaking
need this
there.
cake?
So yeah, if you
Is that Funtime Foxy?
Maybe.
This is also Kaz's keg.
So,
Yeah,
like,
so the first
Lemon,
two
why'd you
people,
put
I
it
want you to
there?
know that this is a new screenshot of you. I took this
I know.
during the
I can
record-
tell.
Okay.
Taking
Moving
photos
dark,
of
we
me
have Kai,
without
we have dark
asking.
again.
Goddamn dark do you have? You're not. Oh my god.
What?
The allegations.
There's a few.
There's so much dark.
Yeah, what's the problem with that?
There's not a problem. I'm just like,
I know
Wow.
what you are.
Or
oh my.
And a fruit.
You're a fruit. What type of fruit are you?
I want you to sit with that question. I'll
wow.
let you
I
read my
think-
name one more time.
I think
Well,
you're a
let's proceed.
strawberry.
I need
Let's
you dead.
proceed.
He is a strawberry.
I don't even know where the fuck we were, to be honest.
Banana
we're trying-
also works.
I'm gonna be honest. We were talking about how we got back into the lore Minecraft space, and then we just didn't stop talking.
No,
Yeah,
we
no,
didn't.
I mean, hey.
So no, the fucking the new topic. I kind of forgot it once I started talking low key.
Oh, it was
But
the
I-
mini game. We did the mini game where Kai
Where-
hates me.
Oh?
Oh yeah,
Which
yeah,
one?
that's right.
Right.
Hmm.
Which minigame?
Where,
The one where it's the characters.
the
Oh,
one
right,
that
right,
you
right,
came
yeah,
up
yeah.
with.
Yeah, we fucking went off the rails. Yeah, no, holy shit. Yeah, we've just been talking about, honestly, hey, that's how these podcasts go. You know, we'll just talk about
Mhm.
shit. You know, I'll call fucking Lemon a lasagna cardboard. Who fucking
Lasagna.
knows what's gonna happen? That was
No,
something that
right.
happened before the that was something that happened before the podcast. Chat, you don't need
Yeah,
to
here,
worry.
let's rehash everything we talked about before the podcast. MC, bleep all.
No.
Of this. All of this is very bad. We cannot talk about it.
We cannot
Everything
talk
I'm
about it.
saying right now is still bleeped. Just look really shocked that I'm saying this right now. It just keeps getting worse somehow.
Nice door.
Fuck.
Perfect.
But to go back on canon, because I know we were just talking about like a lot of the decisions and stuff. There's a lot of technical issues on CC2, and it was me saying like Willow 4 is probably going to go back to basics for a bunch of stuff. Willow 4, honestly, I'm excited for Willow 4 now because it's a big return to format. Even though I originally dreaded it, I did not want to think about Willow 4 because my mind was just CC2 for the longest time. But
Right.
another thing I am gonna mention is the absurdity of random glitches that happen on the server. I'm even impressed with me, dude. Like the snowball launcher, the internal communicator breaking, the void broke half the time, the game tags broke half the time. Honestly, the whole thing was being held by like duct tape, and it somehow made it to the end.
Do I
Yeah.
finally talk about a glitch that I didn't tell anybody?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Within 2 days, I learned how to duplicate items.
Oh, lovely.
Oh my god, really? I was trying to figure
Awesome.
that out. I can't lie.
It was funny since being an admin. I was like, "Yep, I knew how to recreate it," and then I just did not tell people, and nobody found out.
wonderful.
I do want to talk about, actually, on the topic of stuff, I do want to talk about plot points that never happened. And there was a total of 3.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, for me
Ooh.
personally, there's a total of 3 plot
Lemon
points that
doesn't
never...
I'm curious now. There
There
getting
was 3
into-
personal plot points that never happened, and I can talk about all of them. First off, one of them was Pama. Pama was supposed to be a story point that was supposed to happen. It was probably going to be I had 2 ways I was going to go about it. It was either the WPA reactivated it, or the admin being like, look what I can create.
Yeah, I remember
Just like
actually
that,
finding
yeah,
that
just
build.
like-
Just like that.
Just like that, yeah. The big plan I had for Pama was he was just gonna be a smart AI. He was supposed to be like similar to the AI from Betacraft, except for the game idea.
Right.
And I really wanted a plot point where all the mobs got converted into like, you know, in Minecraft story mode where all the mobs got hit with like a mind control in a sort of way. I wanted that, but because of time constraints, that never happened.
Right.
Another one that I wanted to happen was Sky City. Because Sky City was an actual place on the map, but we just never had. A lot of people didn't go explore it, and we didn't have time to code in a chicken that spawned everything. It would have been cool. We just never had the time to code it in.
Right.
And one more final plot point that I wanted to do was I really wanted Romeoburg to be a thing. It was something that was under the bedrock of Minecraft Story Mode, but once again, due to time constraints and due to a lot of technical issues on getting that to work, it just never came into fruition.
Yeah.
There were so many plot points that I would have loved to done and do, but because of time constraints or the technicality of it, I just never got around to do it.
Yeah, fair. And speaking
Now
of
you
plot
know.
points, there are probably everybody here has had certain plot points and never were able to hit, and like whether it be Willow Media server or like I guess just even different lore servers, there are a lot of times when the writing can be difficult to get to. But there's been a topic that I think a lot of us here have wanted to kind of go a little bit into how we personally do things when it comes as a writer, because all of us here, we've done our own kind of writing. I personally, I'm gonna kind of glaze a little bit. I personally look up to Lemon when it comes to writing. I think
Amen.
when Lemon does writing, Lemon aspires me to be able to go be above and beyond with my writing, and that's why I have built so much with the Rose Demon, Kairos or Connor's Valentine. I built a lot more than I planned with this character just because I saw how much like care Lemon can do for like whether it be the Void, whether it be his own characters, you know. Pretty damn good writer. And he puts on the screen no, but he is. He is. Don't let him lie to you.
This guy says that he's like on my like writing team.
I'm curious. I wanted to ask you guys, what is the biggest thing that goes into writing for you specifically? Like when writing a character, what is the biggest thing for you guys?
This is probably
writing
just terrible
character
writing
that-
advice. What am I about to say?
Oh, God.
But it's just kind of
Wild start.
It's
Oh,
just
boy.
vibes. It's just vibes at the end of the day.
All right. Well,
Well,
wrap it up, gentlemen.
Play for vibes.
good podcast.
It's like, well, it's just vibes on how you like write. Like when I mean vibes, it's just like like the tone and direction you want to take it. It's like what you want the tone of the story to be. I knew Consecraft Season 2 was gonna be more stressful than was more darker than other projects. But I really wanted it to be very like grounded in its story. And what I meant by vibes, it's like I wanted people to feel. That's kind of what it was. That's what I meant by like I want people to have emotions and feel throughout the story. And I'm like, even though my personal writing is garbage, dude. I'm rereading the script right now, and I wrote by accident. I wanted to explode because I wanted it to explode. I'm not a fantastic writer, but I do like coming up with ideas.
Right. And to Lemon, what for
Kaz
writing
first.
goes for? Oh, okay, Kaz. All right.
Yeah,
I like that.
I go in slick and smooth.
What?
Hit him with that.
Wow.
that was pretty good. That was
holy-
pretty good.
Holy shit.
We're a great writing duo. Thumbs up.
That's
Wait,
I was
look.
talking
Is
about
that what
the
you say,
writing.
Linden?
Talk about your writing.
Oh, wait. Oh, well,
Yeah, you got it.
No,
Take
Lemon
the
was.
floor, take the
No,
floor.
Lemon was
No,
gonna
no.
go. No, that was
No,
the,
I
okay,
gave it to
well,
you first.
Yeah.
okay.
Take the floor.
Hi. So mainly when I go to make a character, or because I primarily deal with character, I deal with characters. When I go to do that, it's typically I get a gimmick, right? I'm like, okay, do I want this character to have a good or a bad ending? Probably
Oh, no,
good
he's
ending.
dying.
Uh-oh.
And then like,
You're in a-
what's the gimmick?
Oh no.
Oh no,
Kaz?
Kaz, you're
Ability
gonna-
are we gonna give there?
Kaz.
Kaz.
Hello,
Hi.
Kaz.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so you go. Hello, am I alive?
Hello.
Yes,
yes.
You're good now. You're
yeah.
good now. Hello. Welcome back.
Oh, never
Oh,
mind. Never mind.
Okay, but I typically. Okay, all right. Somebody else might want to go. Oh yeah, they're coming for me. They're coming for me.
They're coming.
I think you're back, Twin.
They're coming.
Are you back?
Wait. For real? For
Yeah.
real?
Are we back?
You're back.
Prayerful.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm scared, man. I'm scared.
Do you want to try again?
Okay,
Third time's the charm.
I'll try again. Am I still safe?
Yeah, yeah,
time's
So
the
far, so
charm.
good.
Okay. When I go into character design, I typically try to pick a gimmick, a skill the character has, being a medic, being a hacker, an ability they have, anything like that, anything that can help amplify a story and really get involved with other characters. And then from that, I build a personality, which is, what do I want to play this time? Really, is all it is. When it comes to something a bit larger than myself, like when it comes to an event for a server, or world lore for a server, I always think what fits with the themes of the main overall plot that we got going on, but also what would get people and players involved with the story. How can I get them involved? How can they contribute? How can they change things? Because that's what an SMP is about the end of the day, specifically lore SMP. Yes, you're writing a story, but you're also wanting to create events that get the larger server active. So that's
Yeah.
Oh
really
no.
what goes into it, and then it's just like Frankensteining all of my favorite tropes together. Did you get that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello?
Got that.
Hi, we got it.
Oh, all right, we made it.
We made it. Yeah. No, that's valid. You know, I really like the way you kind of take a turn on your characters. But last but not least, Mr. Lemon Cardboard.
It's about to be long. Sit down, grab a notebook.
All right, I got my notes ready. I'm in class.
My
It's ready.
main thing, specifically for writing characters, is you kind of have to start with three things, that being their morals, their drive, and their mindset. Because if you don't have any of those three, you don't really have a compelling character. What the fuck was that? Because it's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna use Etrinos as an example. His morals were he wanted to do better since he destroyed his last world. That plays into his drive of he doesn't want to repeat history. Can he break those morals? Not really. Being able to build off of that, I think, makes your character feel more real in a sense. This is coming from somebody who writes like I still do D&D, which is I make bullet points and I go, yeah, shit, we'll probably hit that today. And if I forget about it, it didn't exist to begin with. But like being able to do your morals first helps you develop your character for later. Because a lot of my characters, they have the same morals and mindsets that they have when they were first made. However, now that they have had the get off rivals, Kaz. Now that they have had,
Yeah, I saw that too. I was about to be
they
like,
are like still developing through it.
Now,
No, some of them are still developing. Atronos is still dead. He's not coming back. But like Orion, his morals now are a certain thing. That's going to push him to be a better character. Be dynamic. Do not be static.
Right. And then, I guess segueing from that, MC, I'm gonna bring this to you actually. What goes to writing for you, buddy?
For me personally, whatever it is I write, I tend to put a piece of myself in it. And for the character of MC, there's a lot of myself in it. Whether that is his morals, so to speak, whether it's the insecurities he possesses, a lot of what I write, it's parts of me, it's parts of what I've experienced, it's parts of media I've consumed. I take inspiration from a lot of things, and jumble that all together into something interesting. That's my spiel on that.
Hell yeah, and I guess we can go into my kind of what for me when writing character, and I've had so many good conversations with Lemon about this, because me and Lemon have one thing in common, and that's a character is never fucking perfect. A character can be wrong. A character can make mistakes, and that's a good character. A character that makes mistakes is a good one. That does not mean a character is a bad character if it makes mistakes. That is so fucking wrong. And it's what I see in so much media and shit is like, oh, this character is one thing, he's a bad character. No. If a character needs to make mistakes to be able to grow. A character is never going to be this perfection. Oh, I'm such a good guy. No, never. Even the good guy characters make mistakes. Look at fucking, I don't know, a good example being God, what's his fucking name? He's coming to Marvel Rivals soon, actually. I need to phone a friend. It's the newest character coming to Marvel Rivals.
Cyclops.
Cyclops. Look at that character and tell me that character has done everything perfect. Fuck no. The story, when it comes to writing a story, I want to really enhance on just building up a character that the mistakes they have made is what has made them into the character they are now. And if fucking, I don't know, if the bird can't fucking handle it, oh fucking well, too fucking bad. It's one of those things where it's, I gotta learn how to really just build up on not trying to be this perfect antsy type of character. And also, I really do hone in on trying to find a concept that is new. And it is why the Rose Demon's so goddamn close to my heart, because you wouldn't think of oh yeah, a demon using roses as its like main like signature thing. Like, why wouldn't it be like a scythe or skulls? Nah, fuck that shit. I'm using roses because I think it's fucking cool. So what if you don't like it? I fucking shit. Do what you think sounds cool. Don't fucking limit yourself to just because somebody might say, oh, that sounds weird. No, don't limit yourself when making a character. Go do what the fuck you want to do. And that's my whole fucking thing. And that's Destiny 2. Jesus fucking Christ. Speaking of shit you don't want to limit yourself of doing.
That's crazy. That's
What
wild.
But yeah, we're getting on the 3-hour mark. Holy shit.
Why?
Yeah.
We might go up to 4.
Ever-
I'm kidding.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
we still have so much to talk about.
Oh yeah, of course. But
No,
I
we're
think
joking, we're not.
I think we do.
But,
I think we should start winding down just a little bit. And we're all here for a couple reasons, but I know a lot of the audio listeners are a lot from the Willow media, and what not a better way to kind of ask some possible spoiler questions. And what I'd like to ask, and this is specifically for, of course, all three of you are staff for Willow now, is what can we expect in the future? And what can you give us, even if you can give us
Don't you laugh like
if
that.
you can give us a spoiler or a special thing for the podcast exclusive?
I
I have a few things I can give you.
Lemon, you can go first.
I'm gonna spoil 2 projects. One that has never been announced, so this is a world premiere, surprisingly.
Oh,
That being a D&D miniseries called Chaos and Cosmos, which follows Orion and their crew, in between Willow 4 and CC2. 2,
Oh,
Willow and Wisps has been getting rewritten too many times that I have a headache. And 3, if you look all the way back to Betacraft till up and now, you will find some things that have been purposely hidden from you. Don't forget to go do your research. The villain has been staring at you guys for a while, and he has taken great interest in you.
very, very
and
cool.
I will be
And
taking
it's ironic
great
that
interest
MC
in
has red
him.
and blue eyes without knowing it.
Oh,
Okay, I'm only to leak some things. I'm trying to think if I could leak this one because it is Willow 4.
Leak it, leak it, leak
Leak
it,
it,
leak
leak
it.
it.
What I'm gonna say, okay, I think it's gonna be for Willow 4. I will not be writing for it. I'm gonna be completely hands off when it comes to the story aspect of Willow 4. I'll still be on the team working on other stuff, but when it comes to the story, I am no longer going to be the main writer for it. I will not touch the story at all. Which I am excited about. Other than other leaks, it's already stuff that's been announced. Willow Racing is still in development. The Amazing Ferg has been working hard on it. Pressure Point, I'm excited to work on that. Cosmic Riders, there's been small progress on that. It's a lot. There's going to be a lot of new changes when it comes to Willow Media, and I'm excited to see where it takes me.
Let us say it, Bush. Say it. Just say it.
I mean, you could say it. I want to give you the honor.
Me and Dark are the lead writers and directors for Willow 4.
Oh wow, okay. You can put some clapping soundtrack on that shit. God damn.
Yeah, I'll get
And also,
the
apparently, I'm
stock
allowed to
sound
hire my
effect.
own writing team now. I learned this through somebody else.
Oh,
You always-
that's awesome, dude. Congratulations.
I don't know who told you because I know you got.
Mustard.
I don't know if Mustard. Yeah. Mustard.
We love
Yeah,
Mustard.
Thanks, Mustard.
Buster's like, I was told to ask you because apparently you do this now, and I'm like, I do.
Yeah, no, like I told everybody that you're now in control of the team you want to build. Honestly, if I were you, try to get. Honestly, I know Rose would be very good if you get him on board.
Oh, you have. You've been on vacation, Twin. Don't worry. I've been handling.
Don't worry about it.
I know you've hit him.
Lick
Butter
my teeth
effort.
suspiciously.
Nah, but it's the biggest change is that these people have created such a much more compelling story than I could have ever had, especially Dark and Lemon. They know the vision, they know the passion. I am A24 Studios giving Kane Parser the Backrooms movie.
Oh.
That's what it feels like I did to Lemon. I'm just giving him the money and the funding, and he can create the story he wants to imagine for Willow 4. That being said, Willow 5 is a reset. Willow 4 is
Yes.
Willow 4 is the final chapter of this 3-year-old storyline, which thank God I'm too tired.
Let it burn.
Let it
Oh,
die.
that's-
Let it
Willow
die.
5.
Let it shrivel up.
Willow 5 genuinely will be like a Minecraft server that has no lore that you guys will piece together eventually.
Okay.
Of
that's
like
cool.
how old Minecraft servers worked. Of it like things happen and you're just like, yeah, no, this is part of the story now.
Cool, that's awesome, dude.
We finally get
And,
away from gods, guys. Finally.
Fucking hell, finally. And of course, I mean, Kaz, I don't know, you've not been on the staff team for too long, but is there anything you could give us? Or even just in your own insight, what you're up to?
I can get an insight on like what the player experience can offer. Not too many
Ooh.
spoilers beyond when it comes to the main overarching world lore plot. Players get a lot of say into how that all ends, and it's not just like through a couple major choices that you make. Like at the end, it is throughout the server. Every choice players can make can affect the overarching story. But something that is also good to mention is that a player's own personal lore story that they write and they carry out with like the group of people that they choose could also potentially have an effect on how the overarching world lore goes, depending on how, you know, connected it all gets.
When I look at Nightfall Syndicate, because I have ideas with that. I don't know
Lock
how.
in.
The biggest thing with
my-
Willow Media is that we want people to pick their own stories and create their own stories. There is an ending, like at the beginning of every server, there's always going to be we know what the ending's going to be, but how people shape that ending is all up to the player base.
We have the bullet point. We have the concept of an ending, and it's like, okay,
We have
will
concept
this
of an
work in
ending.
a month? No, cool, rewrite.
All I'm
Let's talk about it.
saying is,
You know what? I know we wanted to wind down, but I want to talk about an issue that I've been itching at me since we started this podcast. I wanted to bring
Here
up.
we go.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna give
If
Lemon
you say
and
power
Cash.
scaling, I will kill you.
It's not power scaling. You know,
Okay.
let's. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing power
No.
scaling.
No, fuck no. Fuck
Mama.
no.
I'm not. No, it's not.
Oh.
power
Debated.
scaling. No. It's the amount of times we have had people come up to us and claim the server's clicky.
Okay, so
Ooh, we're getting into a concept. We're getting into a.
yeah, no,
talk
we're
here.
no. This is where I
I want to
finally
bring
say
this
my piece
up.
on this.
I want to finally bring
The
this up.
server is not clicky. If people like Nightfall's crew and like all y'all managed to make your own story. You guys did your own stuff and used the resources given to you.
Mhm.
We had a lot of
I-
people that did not do that and then claimed the server was clicky. That is a problem that we cannot fix because we will
No.
give resources and nothing happens.
I'm gonna say this
Right.
now on record. The admin's the setting of the story. He like it's a weird way to put it, but that's how I always view the admin. He's the setting. What people decide to make the story, that's the actual plot.
And
Right.
like I want to get my 2 cents on this because like I started out as a player who knew nobody to like the position that like I find myself in today. And when it comes to like the click argument, I don't necessarily think there are clicks. I think there are very proactive players who either get involved with the main lore or get involved with like each other's personal lore, and just through that like action and like through that productivity, they end up forming these little groups that are here, all these characters that are connected through some relation. You know, at the end of the day, they are working together to build their characters through a lot of hard work and a lot of writing. So I don't think it's a clique. I more so think that it is just a bunch of people who are being proactive with either each other or the server, and that's how those groups are formed. There's
Right.
nothing to really say that other people can't do that too. I've done it. You guys have done it. That is my 2 cents.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I think the click argument definitely is a spicy one. But I think the biggest thing that I see a lot of people not try, and when I do see them start trying, the click argument begins to fade away, is that go out there and just do lore. Go fucking
No,
put on a
absolutely. Let's
performance.
look. I'm gonna start naming things. There was Hero
No,
Run. There was
no.
Admin.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to start naming players. Like, oh,
No,
We're
going to the
crazy
controversy
from
list.
No.
No. But what I'm saying is that, like, go out there, fucking, like, just go put on a performance, you know. And I'll bring up my fucking self,
Yeah.
you know. And Betacraft, I didn't know nobody, and then I made a character who I fucking I worked my fucking ass off. I put the hours into it. You know, I made myself slowly have more and more interactions, you know, and you don't just, the thing about it as well is you don't just fully shove yourself into it. You build yourself into it. There are 2 separate ways to do it. If you just force your character into it, it's a lot harder. It feels like you're trying to put yourself into something that you're not necessarily supposed to be in just yet. Build your character up, build yourself up as a character, show that you have a compelling story, and show that, yeah, you know, you're trying to do something, and like people are going to be more and more like, hey, this guy's like doing this cool stuff, you know. And overall, it slowly connects. If you don't try to fully make a character and then complain, oh, you're not getting added to stuff, right? That's your problem there. First, start with your own
Once
character.
again, what I was going to talk about is like there were so many sources of different people could have done. There was the group in Beacon Town that had a whole thing going. There was the admin. There was Herobrine. There was Ymir. There was the Void. There was the Resistance. There is so many opportunities for people to get involved that even with all the resources provided and the Void, and the people still yet not to like do anything about it, it's no longer an us.
Yeah. There's the resources there, and you have to try. Now, like, it gets so, there's a point in time where you can start bringing the click and be like, oh, people are just physically not allowing you. That's a whole different fucking thing. It's a whole different thing if people are just fully telling you to fuck off. That's just being a dick. But that's not a click.
Sometimes it's
That's
like,
not a-
oh, I want to go have a private conversation. People won't stop
Right.
following me, and then it's like we start getting.
And I
into
think that's
headaches.
fine. That's fine. I think that's fine. I'm talking about like if it's a big ass group, everybody's doing lore, and you just tell one person to fuck off. That's where it's like, okay, now you get into the conversation where it's like, But overall,
Well,
that doesn't happen on these
Purple.
servers. That doesn't happen on these servers. You know, everybody on these servers, for the most part, are pretty open to do lore. You know, and we have a pretty damn good community when it comes to Willow Media. You know, everybody works their asses off. Everybody has certain characters that, hey, you might not even like realize like until later. You know, I personally didn't know much about Spoopy's character, but over time I got to see how Spoopy's character grew. I was like, God damn, that's a good fucking character. You know, I didn't know Spoopy's character to start off with, but like over time, you know, I started learning his character, and I was like, damn, you know, you just gotta like put the effort into it. And the click argument is just not an argument at that point, because you will find people who will, you know, want to do the same type of lore you're doing because you're putting the effort and they want to see that. You know, they also want to do the same thing. It's one of those things where it kind of just works off each other. You know, you see somebody doing such cool shit, then you're gonna want to do cool shit, and then it's gonna somehow lead up to you two doing lore together, and then over time it builds up to whatever the hell you have. You know, I think it's just a big thing of put the work into it, put the effort into it. You can't just expect shit. You can never just expect shit to happen on the fly. That's just not how it works, sadly. You know, got to put the effort into it. Then results will come. That's how it is. And that's how life is in general. You know, you can't just expect to get something and doing nothing. You know, you have to put the work into it. And that's my piece. Pretty damn good piece.
Thank you all. Thank you, all wise Kairos.
Thank you, I guess.
You, Kairos.
We call him that thing. What?
Thank you.
No, but there was many times on the server where there was always that complaint where the entire admin team all looked at each other and it was like, we do not care.
Yes and no. Because there's a lot of times where the admin team looked at each other and then we'd be like, "Oh, we're all on the same page, right?" And then we'd say vastly different things and be like, "Hold on now."
Wait a
I
minute.
don't think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't think we're necessarily getting on that same page.
Gotta yawn real quick. Yawn.
But one final question when it comes to spoilers is that with the kind of Willow media, kind of like Willow SMP, CC2, all that kind of wrapping up, is there a chance in the future we see a brand new, completely new lore project of sorts from Willow media?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm always working on.
That's not a question.
Well, I'm saying more of like its own brand new thing of like a completely different concept of lore that we haven't seen done from Willow media.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna gesture to all of the projects that have been announced. Kai does not
That
listen
is
to
true.
Willow media.
No, okay, I do. I'm trying to figure out a way to word this.
Like, so too, like, I'm gonna branch off that. Like, I'm always working on the next project that I would love to work on. Like, it really all comes down to just an idea. Because I'm gonna take this as an example. Craft was made out of me just wanting to relive the console edition version of Minecraft. CC2 was because I just love story mode. Betacraft was because I love beta Minecraft. A lot of the ideas are so simple in their ideas, but then I try to go for more intricate one. Pressure Point. Cass is actually helping me on that one. It's something to do with underwater stuff. Willow Racing. I just like racing games. The Cosmic Riders. It was just me. It was Enzo came up to me, had an idea, and was like, "Hey Bush, can we do this?" And I said, "Oh hell yeah, we can." The next idea is always being made, and as long as I'm still around, I'm always gonna go work on the next project. I love Minecraft a lot. The amount of time I love Minecraft so much that it's my job now. It's my life, unfortunately. But I'm always willing to make the next big thing with my group of friends, because, like I said earlier today, my goal is being able to help people create memories and create new friends, and that's what I'm going to continue to do to the end of time. I'm also going to go work on my own personal stuff in the meantime. Like, Willow Media is no longer going to be my main focus. I have my own content, my own stuff to work on. This one's a spoiler, but I'm actually going to start, other than the Minecraft story mode video I'm working on right now, I actually plan to make a whole Lockdown Protocol data pack and have people play on that and test it.
Fuck yeah.
Push upload in this year? Crazy.
Listen,
Crazy.
Dark beat me. I gotta beat him.
Dark beat you by magnitudes.
Yeah, you're gonna see something soon. You're gonna see me lock in.
Ooh.
I hope so.
Ooh.
But I'm just excited for the next big thing. I know everybody's currently on Cobblemon right now, and they're enjoying the time of their lives over there. I'm gonna go work on the next big idea that I have in my head, and right now that's finishing the Minecraft Story Mode project.
Fuck yeah, of course. And actually, another fun little question for Kaz, actually. You know, I've been kind of thinking about it, right?
With it.
Are
What you talking about?
You're a big writer. You've been on a lot of SMPs, and this actually, I'm gonna reach this off the lemon. Have you ever thought about making your own specific project? If you haven't,
You're
already?
on my Prive. You know the answer to this.
I'm saying Kaz. Mainly. I know.
I'm also there.
I know your prod. I know your thing, and I'm like, I want to be involved in that if I can be. If not, that's fine. That's like, I am very.
Oh
interested in that.
boy.
But for Kaz,
I've thought about this one too many times. I'm a very busy person because I have an issue with joining so many projects and then wanting to give them like my all. But like, it's part of the reason why I want to like clear my schedule up in the future, because I've thought about making project several times a year. I've thought about making a small little shitty media group with my with a good friend who is also a really good writer with me, because both of us like making events that are more so less telling your own personal story and more so telling an overarching story. I have several drafts of different projects, from space to apocalypse themes to fantasy themes, that I've just written. But like, funny enough, I'm far too scared to start one because I am awful with the tech side of server, and that the tech side of a server is something that's very important
Right.
And I've seen it on the staff side several times. I'm never the tech admin. I'm always the writer admin.
that's
and
valid.
player admin. But I've seen it like several times. And it's just like, fuck. Do I have time to teach myself all of that? No.
Right.
So busy. I don't know any of this. Who am I gonna get for this kind of thing? So it's like stuff like that. Stuff from it, like the idea that this little project is not perfect and it's like broken. That's embarrassing because like I'm low key a perfectionist. If I'm making something, I'm giving it my all. It's gotta be good. It's gotta be entertaining. It's gotta be fun. You know? And I'm kind of lacking that part. And that's what the time constraints and the like lack of knowledge tech side is what stops me from just getting up and making a project happen.
Valid. You know, that is kind of part of why Divided Files is taking a while, just because I'm dreading when I have to start learning a lot of the tech that I need to learn for certain things I want to try and do. You know, it's kind of like, well, I'm definitely going to do it. It's just, I have a 6-week fucking college class coming up that's like 16 weeks of like information.
Good luck.
That's going to be fucking awful.
Love being
But,
a college student.
Haha, I won't know what
understand
that feels like
and,
in a week.
on what Lemon said, Lemon, remember, the podcast listeners have no idea. So, I mean, if you want to talk anything about, you know, anything you have planned, go for it.
I notoriously hate Cobblemon, so I wanted to make my own scripted Cobblemon series.
Fair enough. There we go.
Because you notoriously hate Cobblemon.
Is that the first time you're saying that live?
I like Pokemon games, like being linear and shit. So I was like,
right.
I don't really like Cobblemon. So on the server, I'm like, I've built far away from people because I don't want to. I do not enjoy Cobblemon.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I'll just. And then I got to writing, and Kaz has heard my ramble of notes. So I'm like, and then this would tie into this, and like while writing, I think I've had more fun doing that recently than anything else other than D&D.
Yeah. For the podcast listeners, Lemon E Cardboard, this guy, yeah, he is the #1 LARPer of all time. So you know.
Fuck you mean I'm the #1 LARPer of what?
What are we saying?
Of just the #1 LARPer, man. Congratulations, that's your title.
You made your CC2 character have the fucking berserk armor. I know you're not talking shit on me right now.
Hey now. Let's not go about.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the final section of the podcast.
It's just a joke, man. Nah, but overall, no, it's just Hey, there you go. But MC, if you'd like to do the honors, I think we're running down quite a bit.
Yes,
you know, we've gone through a lot. Surprisingly, been 3 hours already. Fucking hell, has not felt like 3 hours, but it has.
This has been a precedent-setting podcast.
I think if me, Kaz, Lemon really tried, we can push it into 4.
Oh yeah.
Let's not tempt fate.
Let's not tempt fate.
Why do you want to do that?
I've actually had a one-shot ready to go this entire time. I've been waiting to use it. So let's play some D&D, guys.
Oh shit! All right. Bet.
Okay,
We're gonna do a 7-hour podcast.
You open up on the eclipse night. I have it right next to me. I can.
I will say this group will definitely have to run it back live at some point because I think doing this shit live would be fucking amazing.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. You know what? Let's.
One day there will be a live podcast.
One day. But we are running quite a while, so MC, you could do the honors of what we do every podcast.
All right. So we ask every guest this same question. We're gonna do this in the order of Lemon, Kaz, Bush, just so we're clear.
I was gonna ask to go last, actually.
Fine, we'll reverse the order. We'll go Bush, Kaz, Lemon.
Okay.
Okay. The question is this.
Being in the middle.
Good for
Thank you, Kaz.
The question is this. If you had to pick any vanilla Minecraft item to represent you, what would it be?
Oh, God.
And you can take your time on that. Kairos, do you want to give them what you are?
Yeah, sure. I am a rose, or a poppy, I guess.
Very surprising.
Very surprising, of course.
I think saying Bush is an easy cop-out, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah, that is something that exists now.
Honestly? If we're not gonna go with Bush, honestly, Flint and Steel.
What?
Oh,
I'm
Flint of
interested.
steel.
I'm
The
interested
reason
too,
Never
actually.
mind.
The reason why I say flint and steel is because it's actually something that Lemon said to me one time on the server. Is because no matter how many times I get like, well, let's say flint and steel, if I'm breaking 10 real quick. It's no matter how many times I get like slammed into the ground by life or some BS comes in my direction, the spark in me is always going to reignite in some capacity.
All
And
right,
you burnt
all
down
right.
Mayhem's house.
We're...
You clicked the map!
Yo.
You threw the fire.
Yo. All right, moving on.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Here's a leak. I can give this leak in the side chat real quick.
What
Let's
do you
why
mean?
not?
What do you mean? Oh.
This is about what vanilla
Oh.
item you are.
Okay.
No,
Yeah. Why did we
Yeah.
segue to that?
What is this? What's the segue choice?
Oh, because it was just sent to me, and I thought it was just cool.
Okay. All right, Kaz.
All right. Hi. That's a toughie. If I had to pick, I think the little like shell that you can fish up. I forgot what the shell type was called.
Nautilus?
but you know-
Nautilus.
Yes, that one. I think that's me because like one, I love to get it on every vanilla world that I'm in because it's like it's such an odd and useless thing, but you can automatically there's so many little stories you can make up for that little shell that you found in the middle of a pond or out of a 1x1 hole of water.
The puddle.
But like the puddle shell. That's me. I'm a puddle shell, bro. Cause it's just like, yeah. Let me keep it a buck. Ain't too much going on over here, you know. I'm just a little shell guy, but like, if you think about it with a little brain power, you can make up a really random ass story.
There you go.
Fair enough.
We're all
Might
just
be
little
random.
Minecraft shells.
Yeah. We are. In the end, we are all just Minecraft shells, and we move on. Last but not least, to Lemon.
I've thought extensively about this question since I've heard it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like 5 minutes.
No, because I listened to the
Yeah,
podcast.
I was gonna say you've
It's a lot of
listened
the
to the other
podcast, yeah.
episodes.
Yeah. In my answer's always been the same. I have to tell a story with it real quick.
Oh.
Specifically, a repeating command block.
Oh. Oh.
Because it can be used to do so much interesting stuff. But let's be honest, 99% of the time it's either lightning strikes or TNT. And I think that sums me up pretty well.
Damn. Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, no, sometimes you just need a little lightning, a little TNT, or,
Or like 9,000 in crystals and break somebody's game.
Yeah, or
Ooh.
I
Crash the
found
server.
A million chairs. Yeah.
Particle bomb.
Or a million particles. And
Particle bomb.
One
Yeah,
million
there's
dollars.
multiple incidents on the server we're gonna go on
Huh, who
about.
did that?
Aw.
I will say,
Could have been anybody.
because I do want to talk about one more topic before, if we do want to round it out.
Here we go.
No, I was just gonna talk about just mental health, and the mental health and how like running a server can really take a toll on people's bodies and mind. I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about how much somebody's like mental and physical health can really go through on a server. Of like how a word can really dictate how someone feels over the server. All of us are, how do I say this? We're all autistic. Like we're all
Me?
very
Who, me?
me. We're all neurodivergent in our own way, but like because
You hearing
but
this
not
shit?
because of that. It's like I feel like to a point we let some projects sometimes consume us, and we really like lose sight of like what was the original purpose of the project. I'm not saying any of that on this project. I'm not saying that like in any projects, but it's something I do tend to notice of like we dedicate ourselves so much into this project that those feelings are going to linger on prior to that. And honestly, when you really look outside of it, it's a Minecraft server. At the end of the day, friendships are real, people's emotions are real. Everybody does what they do for what makes them happy at the end of the day.
We're just.
I'm sucking at this job. We're
I was
just
gonna
having
say, that's the
We're
most
just having a silly time
philosophical.
playing the block game.
That's the most philosophical thing you've ever said. And then you screamed, "I'm still in this job," and I lost it, I think.
Thank you
No,
for listening to
but-
this episode of Idiots on the Mic. We hope you enjoyed. I hope we're back sooner than 3 months this time. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye
I was
bye.
gonna say bye. Bye.
Cool.
I'm gonna go look at
Subscribe-
photos of Dark now.
Subscribe to these guys.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm leaving that
obviously.
part in.